skate on the lights, I'm coasting. Coronado glow, ocean wide and open. Petco to the skyline, city in motion. Palms in the breeze, yeah, the rhythm keep me floating. Chula Vista Lane, every block stay cruising. San Diego on my back, no losing. Elevate high, whole crew.
All right, let's do it. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Big Miklo Show. I am your host, Big Miklo, and today's going to be a little bit different. I got somebody in the building with me today, someone I've been wanting to bring on for a minute. Y'all may know him, y'all may not, but you're about to. His name is Kyle, also known as Critic Kyle. Yeah,
100%.
Yep. Critic Kyle _ 666.
Yep.
Kyle, my man, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you having me. It's long overdue.
It is long overdue, and we've actually known each other for quite a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
like 10 years probably.
At least it's been a while since we worked together.
100%.
And we both kind of started taking a little bit of a venture off in the social media, online content creation.
Getting creative, you know.
Yeah. How has your journey been? Like, what do you usually do on online?
I pretty much just stream. And then honestly, my nephews like kind of make me stream because they're like, oh, play these NBA games and like do these like fantasy drafts and all this stuff. So I just kind of do it. And then I was playing so many games on PC that I was like, I might as well just start streaming every time I play. So that's what I just do in general. And then I just promote like, you know, health and wellness pretty much because my degree is in psychology. So I have my master's in psychology. So that's like everything to me.
Dude.
So
that's dope.
That's the vibe, you know.
I love the old school NBA. Is it just 2K or live, or I feel like I've seen some pretty deep cuts.
I've been diving into everything. So like, you know, nostalgia is like NBA Live for me.
Oh yeah.
2K, like if you put one to like the best like fluidness of the game, I would say you play the most current 2K. You know,
sure.
So that's what I've been playing lately. So it's not as bad.
Is there one you would say is the best past NBA game? Is there one that you just sticks out in your mind?
I think that I mean everyone reigns NBA 2K11 is probably the best, but the last best one was probably NBA like 2K16 or 2K13. So that's going way back. But who's the covers?
2K. Who were the covers? I probably remember them by covers more than the year.
So 2K13 I believe had Rose, Harden.
Oh, is that AD?
Rose, Harden. No, yeah, or yeah, AD on that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a really good one.
Yeah.
I really messed with that one heavy. I had a good time with that one a lot.
No, actually, so 2K, yeah, it was Harden, Curry, and then Davis actually for 2K16.
16. So okay, I really like that one.
Yeah, 13 was Blake Griffin, Rose, and Durant actually.
Okay, that was a good one too, though.
Yeah, no, it was definitely 100%.
Damn.
Yeah.
Takes me back every time I see those. I want to go down. What do you use to play those games? Like, how do you get them?
I play them. Well, I have emulators, so it's just a matter of like I download emulators, and it's like, you know, I'm a pirate, but you know, so it kind of just depends. You know, that's another story to be told somewhere else. But you know, it just depends. So.
Offline, off the public.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, before I move on, let me get into a little bit of housekeeping. Please subscribe wherever you're listening. Follow me on all your social medias. I have Instagram. I have TikTok. I'm on Facebook. Is that it? What else am I on? And obviously YouTube. I also opened up a Patreon at Patreon /Big Miklo. If you want to further support the channel, you can please head over there. Help me out. Keep the channel running. And Kyle, if you have any handles you would like to drop, feel free to do it, my man.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, follow all his stuff. He's obviously got more going on than me. I feel like I just have I have Kick, I have the Twitch, and I have YouTube pretty much, and I have my Instagram if you want to follow me. But you know, it's all Critic Kyle. It's either _666 or there's just Critic Kyle. So just follow me there. I appreciate you. I'm just here to vibe.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. How do you like doing the short form content? Because I know you dabble a little bit on posting your clips too.
Well, no, you got me into that actually.
Oh, really?
I feel like it's like you didn't put a gun to my head, but I feel like seeing your clips, I was like, I really like his format. So I was like, let me just go in here. So it's actually kind of nice to like stream, and then it's like, all right, let me rewatch some stuff. And
exactly
what I did, and then it's like, all right, I'm gonna clip that real quick.
Right.
And then it's kind of crazy because like sometimes like I post this on like anything like NBA, sometimes like anything like Kobe, pretty much.
Yeah.
It'll get like a bunch of views so fast.
Dude.
Cool. And then I'm making connections with guys that I've never met, and I'm like, oh, I like their opinion. So it's nice hearing other people's opinions as well.
It's pretty
So,
cool.
yeah, definitely.
The clip thing it's interesting because you'll go through your long form and you'll realize like, damn, I really don't have a lot to work with. So then, like for my next show or project or whatever, I make sure the topics that I have are going to be able to fit into a short form, like decent reel. You know what I mean? Something that I would use as a headline as a reel. I make sure that's kind of part of like my thing now, because how else am I going to ever get discovered? I'm, you know, my name by itself doesn't mean anything. No, there's no reason to click on my stuff. But if I have a good reel, you know, if I got a good reel, it'll start picking up its own traction. And if people like enough of them, maybe they're like, oh shit, maybe I will check out the podcast, or, you know, that's what I'm hoping, you know, at least. But
that's how it should be, you know, but it just kind of depends.
Yeah, and I do want to dabble into the gaming stuff. It's just there's just so much like.
But my problem is I'm so backlogged, and I play everything.
Yeah.
Like growing up, I obviously just played sports games, you know, like so I'm trying to get back into like, you know, the NHL hits, the blitzes, you know, all that.
Oh my god.
Like, you know, and NFL Street Volume 2.
I was just about to say that. What about the Street Series stuff?
Yeah, it's so good. And playing like even the NBA ones, it's like, oh, it's crazy to play those games and go back and like it's nostalgia lane. And you're looking at the rosters, like, oh my god, I forgot about this. You know, it's just
right.
Yeah, but that's just nostalgia dumping on any old game we do now. We all do it, you know. So.
Right. There's you mentioned that you do fitness stuff or fitness content, or is that personal?
Not really. It was more of like, so my journey is I have multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed in 2016, which multiple sclerosis is like autoimmune disease. So it's like my brain and my spine, right? So once that happened, I kind of changed my whole lifestyle of like, all right, like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm drinking. I'm hanging out with people I shouldn't probably hang out with. And it's like, all right, let's get fit. So it's like the plan of doing it. So I just gym now. Like, do I track it a lot? Not really, but I'll post here and there about like, oh, I'm going to the gym. Trying to motivate people that are like scared to get in there. It's like, no, we're all there for the same purpose. So it's all about just growth and growth mindset kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then yesterday, actually, I posted a video. I hit deadlift 405 like 4 times. My buddy I work with, he's a dealer where I work. Yeah, it was like he pushed me. You can hear him in the video. Like, check it out, you know, go on my page or whatever, check it out. But yeah, like I hit 405 4 times because I was gonna do it twice, and he was like, no, fuck that. You're doing it 4 times. I was like,
damn right, dude.
So here we are. So yeah,
he was kind of a big guy too, right?
Oh, dude, he's a monster. He was trying to. So we did squats before. I did 5 sets of 2 at 315, and then I hit 405 twice. And then he was like, I think he's like, my max is 495, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, Kyle, let's put on 505. And he tried 505 once.
And he
failed. He failed. But dude, he was like, I can get this shit next week. He underaged. He didn't have the right mindset going in, you know.
Right.
But it was like, I was like, dude, you're a beast, dude. No matter what you're trying, bro. So it's like, it's just that back and forth motivation, you know. So
I just signed up for the gym today, actually.
There we go.
And I went to 24-hour fitness. Yeah. And the facility was good. It was good and all.
Which one? Which one?
College Grove.
Okay.
Not to give away my location to the public or whatever, but yeah. I'll blur that.
I had to ask.
Well, between me and you know.
Yeah.
And the facility's dope. They redid it. You know, it used to be pretty, you know, honestly pretty old from what I remember it like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And everything went good. Hit chest, hit some triceps, did a little bit of cardio, did the sauna.
Yeah.
And it was all good up until I was in that sauna. And dude, I walked in the sauna, and mind you, you know, like public gyms, you know, it has a lot of like, especially like a 24-hour versus maybe like I don't know. And you go to the what is it, like the other branch, like a gym, right? The gym.
Yeah. So shout out to the gym.
They're a little nicer, right? They're a little bit better.
Yeah. You know, their ownership is great, man.
Right.
I know one of the owners, dude. The guys, they're just awesome people. Like, they care about the people. There's always a chick walking around cleaning. It's
okay.
Insane. You go any other gym, it's like there's freaking like, you know, everything shoved in one thing and nothing's clean, and there's just crap everywhere. You know what I mean? So shout out to the gym. You know, they're amazing. They're probably my favorite so far.
I got familiar with them during COVID because the 24-hour fitness, they were shut down, and everything was shut down. But the gym in Chula Vista, they opened up and they did this undercover, like almost like a speakeasy style gym. where
Yeah.
they were like backdooring us to come in and work out. They didn't care about social distancing, anything. Like they just let you go in there, do your thing. The only thing was we had to go in through the back and then out through the back. And that was it. And some of their what do you call those machines? Just whatever. The push the machines you, not a bench press, but for the machines, whatever those are called. And those were
isolated the chest machine.
Right. Whatever. I know they have a certain name. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
But those were outside. But other than that, they had so many like regular bench. They had the lat pull down stuff, the cables, all that stuff, all was inside. And it was a lifesaver. And it was like barely at that time, like maybe $15 a month. And it was dope. And then I kind of moved around a little bit and then canceled it once I got into construction. But
yeah, well, you're gonna work out doing that just alone.
So. It is a lot of like physical stuff. Now I'm at a point where it's like more like technical stuff now that I'm not like an apprentice anymore. But that's why I'm like, I got to get back into it because I'm not like lugging around heavy shit up and down stairs like all the time anymore.
Yeah.
But dude, so I walk into this sauna and it just reminded me like, fuck, okay, I'm back in the public gym. First thing right off the rip, these guys are yelling. It was an older, I mean, I'm gonna label her Madam Turning Point, you know, lady Charlie Kirk or whatever you want to call her.
Yep, I get it.
But yeah, you might know what I'm saying.
Yep.
And she was over here talking shit to a younger Hispanic dude, and I say younger because she's like probably in her 60s or 70s, and he was probably in his 40s, and he was pretty much like they were yelling at each other about ICE. They were yelling at each other about this, Iran World War III type thing going on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, like we are at a point in culture where this is just normal fucking locker room talk now.
It really is.
And not just that, like it's accepted to just be yelling at each other about it in front of other people. Like does not matter that we are in a public space where, maybe some of us don't want to hear that shit.
Yep.
But I was just like, fuck, dude, like my first day back and this is like already like setting the tempo, like fuck, like I don't miss a lot of like the BS with some of these commercially style gyms instead of like a designated where people are there for business, you know what I mean? Like a gym, hardcore gym. The gym I consider more like specialized. Like it's not as
it's a bodybuilding kind of gym, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like there's freaks in there, man, that are training to compete, to win championships.
Motivating.
Yeah. And they're honestly, you can walk in and you're like kind of intimidated, but everyone's so nice. So it balances everything out. Like it's nothing I've ever experienced at a gym before. Because I went to Crunch before, that's like $10 a month. That's like the bottom echelon, I would say, right? Or Planet Fitness, maybe. I've never been there because I won't work out in the purple gym. But I just can't. I don't play for the Lakers, so I'm not working out in purple gyms. But,
Sure.
Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like the quality of life just goes down, once you get to that level, I guess. When the company just really doesn't care. So.
Right. Well, on a more positive note, Kyle, have you seen the new trailer for Scary Movie 6?
I have.
Before we dive in, do you have any initial thoughts?
I would say I'm excited, and I think everyone's kind of more nervous about comedy in general about the whole movie, right? Because I feel like, he came out, the Wayans were just like, hey, we're putting it back to how it was, like, and just to harp on that, like I feel like comedy fell off a little bit, but I'm excited for the new movie because I think he will not institutionalize, but he'll inject a form of life that us people that really appreciate comedy will really like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, obviously, I feel like newer generation is so soft now that it's like, shout out to them, but it's
or not, it's all right, or not.
No, okay. I don't care. Do what you got to do, but I just feel like the generation is soft now, and it's like they can't take a joke. It's just like it's a movie; it's supposed to be funny. Like
right.
So
it's just it's going to be nice to have something that's going to come back, and they already are announcing like they do not care about who this may or may not offend. They are just ready to just make comedy again, and it's nice to like hear something like that from the get-go.
Yeah,
because especially from a big name like the Wayans, what that comes with. We've seen all the old scary movies, and some of those jokes are super crazy to even imagine that they're going to be able to pull that off.
Yep.
And it's kind of exciting to see like in what ways are they going to push that limit or not. You know, it's kind of
100%.
it's kind of cool.
To harp on that as well, have you seen his haunted house movies that he put out?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so those are underrated to me. Like,
yeah, they're good.
I really love those ones, and I tell people that they haven't seen them, like they're just dumb fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like turn the brain off, watch them. You know, like there's some scenes that are worth watching that maybe fucking die laughing. You know what I mean?
Right. And that style, that parody style of comedy or whatever, I particularly, outside of like the Don't Be a Menace or I don't know, the scary movies and the haunted house, like honestly,
and they have like
Wayans in general. I'm not too much of a fan of that kind of comedy, to be honest. Like it was a lot funnier when I was younger. But like to be honest, like the Monty Python, you heard of those movies, right?
Yeah, I see. That doesn't hit me for some reason.
Yeah, like
I tried, man. But
I can appreciate the fact that people love that, and I'm sure that was a really big thing back then, but that never resonated with me personally.
Yeah, same.
So but the Wayans, for whatever reason, Don't Be a Menace, that's a classic, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Yeah. That's like something.
There's so many. I mean, I have when we get to that point, but I have a breakdown of like decades on just the decline of comedy, pretty much.
Perfect.
You want to get into that eventually, but I'm very excited for the new movie. Just to harp on the Scary Movie 6 stuff. It's like, sign me up.
Okay. Sign me up. All right. So I mean, I guess we could both agree, comedy for the most part for now. I've staked my claim that I feel that it's dead. I don't know how you feel on the current status on comedy today.
I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So I will. This is my thing. Anything I feel like that is deemed funny by certain individuals that is pushing the boundary, I feel like it gets political, and I feel like any type of comedy that is funny to us, right? Because we think comedy is dead, right? We get deemed like a certain like either far left or right side, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I believe it just goes from there. That's why comedy is so divided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what broke in the demographic of the U.S. with that, I was like, I don't know exactly what that was. I don't know if it's chemicals in the water, turning the frogs gay. Shout out Alex Jones. You know what I mean? Or if it's something going on that I don't know, or the chemtrails, or I don't know. Who knows?
Right.
That's a whole nother thing. But
we're all soft now.
Yeah, like I said, it's just it is what it is.
Right.
The world we live in, So.
Is there a recent one that, or like, can you remember the last time a good comedy came out? How far back do you have to think in order to even like? Because one of the first ones that come to mind for me, and I'm sure there are like some that come out, but like they went straight to streaming. Was like super bad. I remember seeing that in the theaters. Lost my shit. Right, like I don't even remember laughing that hard in a theater since then, and that was pretty close to high school. You know what I mean? So. I mean, maybe the Jackass movies, I guess, if that counts as comedy. I don't know if that's specifically that. Like,
bum fights. Remember that? I don't know. That was kind of a form of comedy, but that's way back, dude. That's way back.
That's like early YouTube, right?
Yeah. Is what it is. But...
Okay.
I think that stuff's funny. I don't know. I was 16, so.
Do you have a favorite out of the Scary Movie lineup?
It's got to be 2, right?
2? Okay, yeah.
I think 2 is just there. It's so quotable, and you have
it is.
Tim Curry's in it. It all works.
That's the strong hand, right?
Yeah, there's so much there's so much culture jammed into that movie that as a whole it covers so much, and it's so great. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love scary movies. Like horror is my favorite genre, right?
Yeah.
I have it all tattooed on me and everything. But
dude, I don't have many friends that are into the horror genre, so I can't wait to kind of dabble a little bit today. Definitely. We're definitely gonna dabble a little bit and kind of test my boy's knowledge here with a game. I got a game ready for him. You know what I mean?
Ready?
Ready. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say 2 is great. 2, how can you deny 2? One I have no problem saying 1, just with how at that time, like the imprint it left on me at that age. I was probably like what sixth grader or something like that, like somewhere in that early like time frame, right? Like somewhere in that, and to go to the movie theater for my mom to take me to the movie theater at that and go watch the scary movie. That's one dude, right? And I can't even fathom like doing that today. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty crazy to think that my mom took me to go watch that with that many out of pocket jokes that they made.
Yeah.
But man, that thing was legendary. Like quotables definitely all throughout that as well. Heavy on the scream, you know, definitely love Ghostface.
Yeah.
See, shout out to Ghostface. You know what I mean?
I have my mask over there.
Dude, you got all these masks. What's going on?
Dude, so I started collecting them, right? I was like, I'm gonna start buying masks. I want to hang them around my wall. You know, it was like more of like a thing, like, oh, I just kind of want like a theme going on. But then I was just like, I don't know. I started getting into it, then I kind of fell off. So I was like, oh, and then it's just like, there's some dude. If you go online and look at masks, man, there's so many different types, man. They got these. They got these latex ones. Jim Carrey's fucking doubles wearing. You know?
Oh shit! It's like, right.
They have all these crazy things, dude. It's like, man, I can get anything I want, dude. If I like. Just take an image of my dog's face, bro. I can make a mask out of that.
No way. Oh, so you can just get these masks made, like
you could
professionally.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, you can. There's just a lot of like if you go on the right sites, but if you go on like any like horror movie mask site with the traditional ones, dude, they get pretty pricey pretty quick just because of the quality of them and they're insane.
Freaking black market of masks over here.
Yeah. But to harp back on the whole scary movie thing, but I think 2. I think we both deem 2 is the best one.
I think so. I think so.
I appreciate 3 and 4, honestly. I didn't see 5, so I have no idea. After that, it kind of just fell off.
So if I remember right, 2 was the last ones that had the weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, 2 was the last one that had the weigh-ins.
And then
3 was like the 8 Mile one, right? Where they like
8
Mile, and then 4 was just another weird one like that, I think. But
I think those started kind of going a little too far off the rail for me. I think it got a little too goofy, if that makes sense. But 3. I could definitely appreciate.
No, 3 was the Charlie Sheen. I think 4 was the 8 Mile one. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I stopped keeping track once.
I could attest to that. I agree with you on that one. I think everyone knew. It was like the Waynes aren't involved. Okay, we're good. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Let's start talking about those eras, right? I think and I'm talking about specifically those eras in comedy.
I got you.
So if you were to highlight your favorite era, and I'm gonna say eras are probably like what the 70s, 80s, 90s, 1000s kind of
like
thing.
So I pulled up the ones I'm all alive for: the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. 2020s. I feel like there's not a comedy.
Okay, all right. Yeah. You go first and give me your favorite era.
My favorite era. It's so hard. So I'm gonna drop some stuff on you. Right?
Okay.
I'm gonna drop some.
All right, break it down for me.
We're going to go back. We're going to start 2000s, right? I'm just going to start naming off movies, and I will go from 2010s to 2000s to 90s. And we're going to see, I personally, like, you'll notice it, all the bangers that we see here.
Okay.
So 2000s, this is what we're working with, all right? We have Hot Tub Time Machine. We have 21 Jump Street, the 21 Jump Street movies, right? Those are, 2010s. We have Due Date. There's Tag. We Are the Millers. It's like like, okay, like these are a Bad Teacher, Trainwreck,
right?
Hall Pass, Wolf of Wall Street, but that's just a great film,
right.
Scott Pilgrim. I mean, that's the ones I'm seeing. You know what I mean? The other guys, I guess, was 2010s, which is a great movie, I think, but that's just me.
Really good.
Why Him was like dating movie with like Bryan Cranston, Dave Franco.
Okay, yeah.
So those are the ones, like the top ones that are deemed by Google as like the top comedies of 2010s, right?
Okay.
So if we hit the 2000s,
okay,
we start off Wedding Crashers, Old School, Talladega Nights, Dodgeball, Super Bad, Pineapple Express.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hold on, I'm clicking this thing. Anchorman. You have Idiocracy, Semi-Pro, Harold and Kumar, Napoleon Dynamite. You have Borat. We have Step Brothers, How High, Van Wilder, kind of a sleeper. Hot Rod, Beer Fest,
Damn, that's
The
tough.
Hangover, Scary Movie 2. Like it just
Damn.
Zoolander. It keeps going. The
Okay.
list keeps going. I can just it just keeps going. Right.
So this is almost like our
So
kind of
yeah, this is our era.
generation
Yeah.
going up,
So
right?
yeah, this is our era. And then so if we go back to the 1990s, right?
Mhm.
We have Half Baked, Kingpin, Mallrats, Tommy Boy, Office Space, Billy Madison. You have what else do you have here? Nutty Professor.
Oh, that's a good one.
American Pie, the South Park movie. Austin Powers. You have Clerks, Don't Be a Menace, Dumb and Dumber. It's my favorite comedy of all time.
Okay.
Wayne's World. Yeah, Friday. Big Lebowski, Cable Guy, Liar
Dude,
Liar.
these are tough too.
That's what I'm saying. Wedding Singer, Wayne's World 2. It just goes on. Mars Attacks, Night at the Roxbury. It's
man.
you have The Mask, you have Ace Ventura and The Mask. Like so, Adam Sandler and I feel like Jim Carrey ran that era, right?
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean. That's not even counting like Happy Gilmore and Waterboy that probably came out in the 90s. I'm guessing, right? Because I don't see it on here, but like Encino Man's on here. Bio, it just it keeps going. For the 90s, I just keep clicking. It keeps going. It's just ridiculous. But
we wouldn't have enough time tonight.
Yeah, we want it. Yeah, but I think the 2000s for me is probably the best era for me personally with comedy.
Okay,
that's where it reached. Like, I feel like the 90s has the GOAT movies.
Yeah,
over the top. Like they're the all-time favorites. Like they will shit on any of these 2010 movies. Yeah. But like, dude, Zoolander. I still quote Zoolander like every day.
Zoolander is amazing.
You know what I mean? Like I quote that every day. Like anytime someone's like, "Oh, that's it," I'm like, "What is this? A Center for Ants?" You know what I mean? When it's so small, you know what I mean? It's like, or when anyone coughs, I'm like, "Oh, I got the black lung pop." Or, you know what I mean? So it's like, or when anytime someone corrects someone on like any type of pronunciation, I'm like, "It's merman." It's merman. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's crazy. And like to hark back on your question from like, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago, a movie that I can remember that being funny when I saw in theaters was probably The Hangover. And that was in the 2010s.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, you know, it hasn't been the same since. And every now and then everything is like straight to, you know, video on demand. So it's kind of like those movies are bangers, but
yeah, it just doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't, not at all.
It's different when you're around a bunch of strangers and everyone's locked in on the movie and everyone laughs at the same time and at the same part, you know, like it's, I don't know.
So prime example of my definition of like the newer comedies. Did you ever see Sausage Party?
Yeah, I did.
Animated movie. So I saw that in theaters on a first date.
Okay? First date?
Yeah. And if you've seen that movie, like towards the end, there is the most awkward scene. So I've never been in a movie theater that's packed where everyone's just kind of looking around at each other like, the fuck is going on
here? Did everybody in the theater, because at this time I had a part-time job on the side at the movie theater, and the amount of parents that brought their kids to go watch.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, dude,
there's a mixed demographic in this movie theater. I'm talking it's not full, but it's damn near packed,
and they stayed till the end to watch it.
People walked out. That's what I was gonna get to. People walked out during that scene. And I'm on a first date with a chick that I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, am I going to smash this or not? Like,
is it setting the mood or what?
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then it's like this orgy scene happens.
Fire.
And it's like, I swear to God, it was like, I looked at her and she looked at me and just the uncomfortableness. And then it went down the whole movie theater line. It was just like, I'm seeing like a 90-year-old couple in there watching this. Like, oh, I thought this was a kid's movie.
They thought it was Pixar.
Like, yeah, then you got some freaking then you have like parents trying to tell their kids like what the hell's going on. They're like, well, what's going on there? The kids are laughing, and I'm just like sitting there like, damn, crazy.
Fucked up. I fucked up tonight.
Yeah, so it is what it is, you know, like things happen that way, and I guess that's, you know,
damn.
Maybe they're going for that. Maybe they smoke some weed or like, hey, we're trying to make people awkward in the movie theater, but it's crazy.
Did you were you able to seal the deal even with the
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay.
I don't think so. I think I don't remember. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Back in my prime. Probably it was back in my prime.
My guy, I feel it. I feel you. Oh my God. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a crazy movie. I can't even imagine the round table where someone like presents like, all right guys, I got an idea. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Big blockbuster, you know, budget needed for this. But this we got Seth Rogen, and then, you know, name down the list of all the famous guys, and they're all fucking groceries, and they're all fucking, you know, banging each other and doing all kinds of dirty shit, and like, boom, check this out.
I thought the movie was so great until that part. Like it was literally, I was like, this is a goated movie. This movie is making me laugh. It's so funny. I was like, I'm
Right.
a fucking little sausage. It's like fucked up, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
it's like that happens. You're like, okay, yep, my score went down a little bit. Like I can't just put this on at any time. And now
Yeah.
I'm feeling like the newer generation that they got more offended by that than me. And like I'm an old head,
Right.
and I'm just like, I don't want to see a fucking hot dog fuck a, you know. These are things I eat, man. So now every time I eat, I'm having post-traumatic stress from the things we're eating. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And then there's that whole murder scene that's like Vietnam going on or whatever.
Right.
At the beginning when they're like the humans, I was like, damn, dude, they're really making put in perspective.
Set the tone. They got to set the tone.
They really did set the tone. It's like, holy shit.
Right. Right. Oh my god. Okay.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But that's just a list of the you know, by decade of the last, you know, whatever, couple of decades or whatever. I haven't looked at 2020s because there's nothing that I can think of off the top of my head where I'm like, oh, that was great. Maybe Ricky Stenicki. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, it has John Cena in it. And Andrew Santino. Hilarious movie. You should watch
I remember seeing that.
John Cena makes the movie.
Okay.
He's hilarious.
I do remember that.
He has a bit about like jack off. It's hilarious. It's too good. It's too good. It's legendary.
Oh shit.
Can I ask you a question right now though?
Yeah, let's go.
So what's your favorite comedy of all time then?
Movie.
You can give me a couple if you want. Just shoot the shit.
Okay, my the first one that comes to my head all time, and mind you, I'm taking myself back to a young Kyle.
Yep.
Ace Ventura.
I might not have been born yet. I'm fine.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ace Ventura, yes.
Ace Ventura, right?
Damn, baby. Yep.
And what the When Nature Calls and the original, right? Like I really enjoyed them both.
Yep.
Let me see. Shit. I want to say honestly, like when I was younger, Jim Carrey like owned that whole time, you know.
He did, yeah.
And it's kind of odd seeing Weird Behavior like today when you look at them and see them so like you're a legend. You know what I mean?
His wife died, didn't she?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
So I think
could
that's
be.
what happened. Something happened with him, and like, dude, you see someone that you love, that's your everything. Go, it's like that's gonna put you in a dark place. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I feel like he's handled himself as well as he can. But I mean, it's a sad decline that sometimes happens with humans. It's just like
right.
Just takes part of your soul away. So have you heard of this one? Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of The Pest?
Yeah, The Pest.
I love The Pest, dude.
Really? Okay.
I'm not.
I try to put that on that opening scene. Just I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I'll give it a try, but I just
to be fair, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. But I remember playing that on rotation, like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Have you seen Rocket Man?
Rocket Man's good. Yeah.
Rocket Man. I love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like give like outside of the obvious ones, but honestly, anything Jim Carrey, that was like my jam. That was like that was the biggest thing. And then that's when I kind of graduated onto the edgier stuff, like anything Wayans I can get my hands on. Stuff like that. I always loved Saturday Night Live. Like that was always like a low key like fuck, like that'd be dope to do one day. And yeah, like so all these movies like the Blues Brothers or Austin Powers or the you named one earlier, Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Man, those go down like very, very warm place in my heart for stuff like that. Anything Saturday Night Live that got turned into a movie. You said Night at the Roxbury.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, what else? They've had so many.
Yeah, I mean all the Adam Sandler movies, you're right. Hot Rod. I don't know if you've ever seen Hot Rod.
I have, yeah.
Newer one. That movie's great. I think that's funny. But,
Hot Rod's funny. You know which one? This might be a little controversial that I don't like, that a lot of people like. Nacho Libre. I didn't like it.
You know what's crazy is
people love it.
Same way.
Not for me though.
I don't know, for something about it, I'm just like, it doesn't get me.
It just didn't
maybe I have to watch it again.
Right.
Because I can attest to that because I watched Napoleon Dynamite back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Twice, and I was like, this movie is so dumb. Why do people love this movie?
Right.
Watch it again as an adult, and I'm like, this is like my favorite comedy.
It's
Like,
funny.
I
Yeah.
can watch this. I can watch this all the time. It's so quotable and it's so dumb.
That was a
Yeah.
sleeper one. Like I had zero expectation.
Yep.
I think I snuck into that just because I got
Yep.
to the movies early. I just needed to hide out somewhere. And dude, that was like the best movie that I saw that day. Like
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
And I told everybody to go see it. People saw it, and I was just like, oh shit, like this thing, who the fuck
Yeah,
are
it
these
became-
guys?
It gained super big popularity.
Yeah, like, dude,
Yeah.
tater tots.
Yeah. Quitting all the freaking chips, Kip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That stuff, but yeah. It's
I
crazy.
wanted to ask you about the horror thing because I don't have too many people who are into the horror genre. I'm curious to know what made you, I guess, so into it. What got you into it, and how long have you been like a fan of that?
Honestly, the first recollection of any type of film I remember watching as any time was like as a kid. Well, like obviously my mom put on Disney, but my dad would get home and it's like Sci-Fi Channel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like I got into it because of my dad. And then like my mom would probably get mad at me because she would be like, why are you putting this crap on? You know what I mean? Like like a vampire is eating like a chick or whatever, you know. Like
Right.
obviously it's on TV, so it's not like showing it, but there's other versions that will show it. But yeah, I would say like my dad and then like my sister was really into it, and it just went from there. You know what I mean? And then
What was
honestly,
it?
it's just like
Like
what's that?
X-Files or Buffy, or like what was the stuff on TV that you're watching?
My
That
family was in. Yeah, my family was into Buffy.
Okay.
But I do like just growing up. Yeah, the X Files, and then
so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
You heard they're bringing it back?
Yeah,
You saw
I'm
that?
excited. Yep.
Yeah.
But honestly, like to harp back on like any show, I would say the Twilight Zone.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Twilight Zone is goated. Like I was watching that probably with my grandfather. Like honestly, maybe
Wow.
him too. He probably put me on a lot of horror stuff at a young age. Because what he used to do, which would piss my grandmother off, was we would watch WCW, which was like the PG version of wrestling, right?
It was still so
And,
good. I loved WCW.
I know, so did I.
Yeah.
Diamonds Dallas Page was my guy. You know
Oh,
what I
okay.
mean?
Right on.
And then freaking, Kevin Nash, the big guys, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was like as soon as that ended at like 8:00, I would like if I stayed up, my grandpa would be like, all right, we're putting on WWF on. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like,
fucking blew your
titties.
mind.
I'm like, there's titties. I was like, what the hell? And like people are drinking beer and
Right.
shit. And I'm like, what the fuck
Yep.
is going on? And I was like, dude, yeah. And I was just like, okay. And then it's just like from there, it's like you see Kane and Undertaker, right? And there's this mysterious fucking darkness about them. And then it's like you kind of get into that, and you're like, okay, this is cool.
Hell
And
yeah.
I started getting into that more. And it's like that's the horror brought out,
Right. That's true.
And then it's like I don't know. There's so much through the years of stuff I just put on and just watch because it was all
Right.
the TV, and I was like, all right, cool, And then I look in my room. I have a bunch of horror memorabilia,
Bunch of
It's like,
horrors on your room.
yeah, a bunch of horrors on my room. Yeah. But
That's dope,
my,
dude.
that's my introductory to horror, and it just keeps going, man. Like my tattoo artist, big horror, nerd
Okay.
too. And dude, he's kind of pushed me to watch some stuff that I don't think I would ever watch, and we always give each other feedback, which is nice.
Like
So
like lower, like I don't want to.
Yeah, honestly, him and I send each other a bunch of different stuff throughout the week of like, oh, a new trailer coming out, or like there's a YouTube short of this, or like some type of AI generated thing or whatever. But we're always looking at like new trailers coming out, and like just like, oh, horror's coming back. And it's
Okay.
always one of the countries at the most turmoil of anything. If you look back in history, that's
Okay.
one of the greatest genres of like, or greatest movies, I should say, of horror have came out, I would say. So we're in like a dark time, and I feel like the darker the times are and the reality, the darker the movies are.
Wow. Okay. That's I gotta.
That's my theory.
I gotta
don't know.
analyze that. Yeah, that's a good. That's
Yeah.
a good like thing
Yep.
to bring up. So
Yep.
do you have a favorite horror movie?
I would say that's it's like having a favorite movie. It's such a hard question, but I would say The Shining. Is
Oh, I was about to say that.
Yeah, The Shining or The Thing. Anything John Carpenter, man. I'm a John Carpenter fanboy. That's my guy. So The Thing and The Shining pretty much are like
Okay.
two that are like untouchable almost, But there's so many out there. It's so hard.
Okay.
It just depends on the flavor of the month.
What about newer ones? Some of the
Newer ones?
like I would say
yeah.
like Conjuring, Insidious, and
yeah,
like
so good.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You mess with?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like the first couple, you appreciate.
Sure,
And then from
yeah.
there, it's like they're trying to flesh it out, and it's like, at this point in time, I feel like there's a lot of horror that hasn't. It's been done, and so it's just like and even
Yeah.
like people that don't watch horror, you put a horror movie on, you're like, oh, I know what's gonna happen
Right.
because it's so cliche.
Right.
But it just kind of depends. But out of the newer ones, I would say like the Smile series is really good. I don't know if you've seen those.
I have. Yeah.
Smile 2, I love that one for some reason. I don't know why. The whole aesthetic of it, just to create any creature feature, I'm a fan of. Sign me up.
Okay.
So it kind of depends. Late Night with the Devil also was a really good one. I don't know if you've
Okay.
seen that one.
I don't. Oh yeah, that was a talk show, right? Like from the 70s or 60s or
yep,
something like that.
yep.
That was a good one.
Really good. It was really well done.
Okay, yeah.
You know, there's a lot out there. I can't think right now. There's
Yeah.
a lot that I you know. But,
Dude, that's
what about
dope.
you? Do you have a favorite horror or no?
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite horrors.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so like you mentioned, I gotta mention The Shining as well. That's always my go-to if I just want something.
I mean, I have it. Yeah, it's right there on my wall right there.
Oh, you have some? Okay.
I'll move this in my head right there. It's like right there.
I thought you were gonna be like, I got the carpet done in my house type of vibe or something.
Oh, dude, I have a little blanket with him though.
Do you? Okay, yeah.
That's my dog's favorite blanket, actually.
I thought about, because I got one horror tattoo on me, and it's Jason's mask. But if I were to get another one, it was gonna be some way to get that carpet pattern around, because I have a leg that I started, but I don't know if I would do the twins or if I would do Jack or if I would do, I don't know, but that's definitely like has to be on the list of like, I got to get that on me somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it's so good. Like, and then like I mentioned, Friday the 13th, I can pretty much have that on and just play from the first movie to the last, to the most recent ones or whatever. Same with Halloween, Michael Myers. I love that. Just especially around Halloween. To me, it's not Halloween until you start watching Halloween movie, like the Halloween franchise. Like it just sets that.
It really does. Yeah.
The lantern, like the jack-o'-lantern, should I say? So dope. And then out of the newer ones, I have enjoyed the Conjuring and the Annabelle series. I thought they were a lot better than I was expecting, and the first Insidious I thought was really, really good.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Trying to think if there was one like more recent that I've seen that I was surprised that was pretty good. But I mean, a lot of them are more so like thrillers. Like did you see that movie with Sydney Sweeney and she's the girl that was in what's that girl's movie? The one that where they wear pink on Friday. What is that? It's like one of the most popular girl movies of all time. Like the
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, yes. She was in there. But anyways, those two made a movie recently, and that one totally threw me through a loop. Like
that was like the one.
I think it was called The Housemaid. You hear about that?
I thought she was like a nun or something, but I don't know.
This in this particular movie, she gets hired by that girl from Mean Girls. She gets hired, Sydney Sweeney gets hired to be brought in to be the housemaid. And then while she's in there, like everything just fucking goes crazy while she's in the house. Everything she expected when she got hired to go in there turned out to be nothing like she was expecting as far as the job was to go. So not to give it away if you do decide to toss it on one day.
I am so backlogged on movies. It's ridiculous. I honestly haven't watched anything like recently because I've been gaming so much. And it's like, I'm so backlogged on everything that I'm like, just like, can I retire now and just catch up on everything? So much stuff comes out so frequently that it's like, dude, I don't have time for it.
What about horror games? I hear there's a lot of good horror games.
Man,
do you do that?
You know, you have PC, you have like anything at your disposal pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of these games are actually getting made into movies now, which is nice. Like I don't know if you saw the Markiplier thing happen with the Iron Lung.
Oh, I heard about it. Is that a horror movie?
It's a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
It was a game originally, and he streamed it, and he popped off with it, and he fell in love with it, and he wanted to make a movie, so he made a movie. He linked up with the guy that made the game, and was like, "All right, let's make this a movie."
So if I'm understanding this right, this guy is like a YouTube content creator or something like that, or streamer or something.
Yeah, and he's big time, dude.
And he was able to put on this major Hollywood level budget.
Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers. Don't quote me on it, but the movie budget was like $3 million, right? He made like $48 million over the weekend. The first weekend came out because everyone went out to support him.
Oh, okay.
And he made this post, a very emotional post. He was just happy he was able to do it. It was a passion project for him. And I was like, that's the shit that needs to get promoted.
Yeah, I've seen posts about it.
That kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So
I had no idea it
I
was
love that
that.
stuff. Yeah. And
That's
there's one.
dope.
Then there's a new in like the Backrooms movie that the A24 picked up. Those are
Oh
coming
yeah.
out. The back that's a video game. You have also Mortuary Assistant, which is a video game. They're making a
Wow.
movie off of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you've ever seen the Autopsy of Jane Doe.
I don't think I have.
Banger of a movie. Banger of a movie.
Okay.
I highly recommend that one.
Okay.
But a lot of these, I feel like a lot of these video games are inspiring a lot of movies as well. I mean, if you look back into the '90s, like Resident Evil, stuff like that, kind of pushed stuff to another boundary.
Those are the clips that I'm seeing right now. Everyone's playing the new Resident Evil.
Yep, and I'm so backlogged on games that I rather just at that point Resident Evil, I'd just rather watch someone play. But I have most of the games, but it's just
Right.
a matter of time and playing them. And it's like, dude, like pick your poison. It's like
Yeah.
There's too much to do, so little time.
I tried doing The Last of Us for a while. I even tried streaming it here and there, and that was fun. That was a good game.
The game or the movie? Okay, the game or the movie?
Yeah, that was the game. I dabbled in that a little bit because I enjoyed the series. So why not try the game? And I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm into those, long story mode, whatever kind of game, exploring games. That was fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into our first game. How about that?
Let's run it.
All right. So, first game, we're gonna do a blind rank test. Okay. So it's gonna be on a scale of, it's gonna be 1 through 5. Based on the name that I give you, you're gonna put them where you think they should go on your personal 1 through 5. 1 being your favorite or best. Okay.
Are you gonna do yours after, or how is it gonna work?
Well, it'd be kind of tough because I know what's gonna come next. Unless you just want to throw them at me randomly off the dome. If you want to try to do that.
Whatever category this is, I'll make my own in my head.
This is horror. I'm going off of horror from here.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a name, and you're gonna tell me whether you think they need to be 1, 2, 3, or 5. You know what I mean? And then once you hear the follow, you can't change it. Once you put them there, you can't change it.
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm down with this. Yeah, I like this kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right, good. All right, first name, Michael Myers. Where would you put him 1 through 5?
I'm gonna give him a 2.
A 2. Okay, that's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
What
I think.
John
Carpenter, the way he filmed the original, it just there's so much iconic stuff out there. You know what I mean? It just, for me, I'm a John Carpenter fanboy, so that's why I put it so high.
Got it.
Like, honestly,
I got to look at the list of John Carpenter movies, and I'm sure they're all the classics. I'm sure.
And he's actually coming out with a game in like a couple like weeks, I think.
Really?
Zombie game that he wanted to make a while ago, but it finally got greenlit and it's actually coming out. So I was like, that's kind of cool. So I mean, he's still doing it.
Okay.
So, I'm okay with the 2. Right there.
Okay, number 2. Mike Myers at number 2. Freddy Krueger.
Let's go. Damn, that's tough.
That's tough.
I love me some Freddy Krueger.
Dude, how could you not? How could you not?
Yeah.
Gonna haunt you in your dreams.
I'm gonna put him at 4, actually.
4.
I don't know what's to come.
Strategic. I like the strategy.
Yeah, I'll put him at 4 because some of the movies it just it just didn't hit for me. So
okay,
I'll do with that. At least Michael Myers has no personality. He's always the same, right? So.
Okay. Let's go with our next one with Hannibal Lecter.
Ooh, I'll put him at 5.
5. Okay, that was an easy 5.
I'll put him at 5 for me personally.
Okay.
There's other like serial killer types that I just resonate more with, which is kind of a psychopath statement or whatever.
Okay. All right. Ghostface.
Oh man. So I have 3 open, right?
Yes. Yeah. You have 3 and 1 open.
I'll put Ghostface at 3. I would have put Ghostface at 5, honestly. I'm not a big Scream guy. I don't know why. It just
okay. Not even the first.
After the first one, it's like
okay.
It doesn't do anything for me. It's like and I don't know. I'm not a big Scream guy.
Okay, that's fair.
Personal opinion. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, for sure. My last one is going to be Jason. That's going to be your number 1.
Yeah, I'm definitely 100% okay with that.
Yeah, is that okay?
So I got Jason, Mike Myers, Ghostface, Freddy, and then Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, so with this game, there comes a little bit of a twist, right?
Okay.
So your number one is Jason.
Fuck one, marry one, eat their ass.
Go.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. That changes the whole dynamic of that game,
dude. So who would go number one?
Instead of killing them, you gotta eat their ass, dude. Yeah.
Okay, so being the fanboy that you are, you've seen how they have been, temporarily. I say temporary because there's always a 1, a 2, a 3 sequels, temporarily defeated.
Yeah.
How would you defeat your number one in a perfect scenario? If you were to craft a movie where Kyle was to come on top, how would you craft the way that you would defeat Jason Voorhees in a Friday the 13th movie? And the kicker is
it gets zany. Some of those movies get zany. There's like fucking mystical powers and shit going on, like that one chick has like telekinesis, right? Like
yeah.
It's pretty wild in those movies.
Right. He's
So my theory on Jason, I don't know if they've confirmed this or not, but I believe, because I'm big on Evil Dead, like I'm a big Evil Dead guy.
Solid. Another one.
I truly think Jason is like a deadite, right? That's the only way I could think that he exists. He's a deadite, right?
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Some form of a demon, whatever it may be, right?
Uh-huh.
So knowing that I have all these things at my disposal, right? Like if I was in a movie, I would definitely cross it over with Evil Dead, obviously. Right?
Okay.
I would summon Ash, dude. That's what I would do.
Oh shit! Okay.
I would get Ash versus fucking Jason, which was supposed to be a thing in Jason versus Freddy, right? Freddy versus Jason. I believe Ash was supposed to come in at the end. It was going to be like a duel, I believe.
Right.
The theory out there.
Really?
But yeah, give me some Bruce Campbell, man.
Dude, that's pretty good. Did you see he like announced he has cancer or something?
Yeah, unfortunately, man.
That was pretty sad.
He said it's treatable, but it's not curable. He said, but everyone's praying for him.
Right. Damn.
Praying for speedy recovery on that.
Okay. Well, they're the kicker in this. We're gonna compare your answer, and I ran the same question through ChatGPT and asked it how it would defeat each one. Each one. We can go down them all if you're curious, because their answer is kind of creative. But how ChatGPT would defeat Jason Voorhees. So
I'm curious. I'm really curious.
it starts off by identifying the problem with Jason Voorhees. Why is he such a difficult person to defeat?
Physicality.
They highlight the strength. Yep.
Yeah.
The durability and the relentless pursuit. Right.
Yeah. You play power forward. That guy is slaughtering people.
Dude, he could set a mean screen.
Oh my god. Yeah. You're in a chat, like you would like explode pretty much.
He's Steven Adams of horror movies. Right.
No, I would say Jason Voorhees is like the Ben Wallace.
Okay, taking it back. Okay,
yeah,
that's fair.
That's my guy. Ben Wallace is one of my favorite of all time. So
all time, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I think that might get interesting when we go into the NBA thing. Then.
100%,
Okay.
100%.
Got it. All right, a little foreshadowing. Weapon of choice. That ChatGPT would utilize in order to defeat. It's gonna bring in a heavy industrial chain and an anchor. Okay, like almost like a bear trap.
They're ripping from one of the movies to like pin him down at the bottom of the lake, right? That's
so they're referencing the fact that because you can't drown him, you can indefinitely restrain him.
Yeah.
So it's essentially saying it's an environmental restraint.
But that's pretty much the end of every movie, though. You pretty much are just restraining him. He's not gonna die. You're just like, all right, we gotta get him like
temporarily stuck.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it just highlights its winning condition has to be suspension and isolation. Okay. So I'm honestly kind of impressed with your Bruce Campbell implementation of it. So
see, that's what ChatGPT won't have, the creative mind of certain humans.
Dude, that was quick. My answer would be way worse than that.
Oh, would it be? All right, let's hear it. Let's hear your answer. What would it be?
if I had to defeat,
no judgment.
Yeah, if I had to defeat Jason, I would just try to dig up a big ass pit somewhere and just try to get them to walk or like right into it somehow, and just hope it's deep enough that it'll never get out.
Yeah,
that's my only quick
just,
solution on the spot,
like,
you know?
capture him. Yeah. So
That's tough.
yeah, I feel like, it's always like it goes back to the mother thing with him. So it's like he psychologically you can get in his head with his mother, but it's like I think
Right.
that would be a funny dynamic of like Ash, with Jason just talking shit to him, just like you kiss your mother with that mouth, like he took his mask off or some shit. Just the
Bro,
comedy, the
that's so
slapstick
good.
you could hit him with would just be so perfect. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
so those Evil Dead movies, man, those things are underrated. If you want to talk about
100%.
underrated
100%.
horror, that's one
Yeah.
of the series for sure.
Sam Raimi, yeah. I mean, there's so many out there. There's so many more, but it's, yeah. I mean, even the new one, I love the new one. Rise was amazing. So
Okay. Did you ever catch the TV series?
show is amazing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Anything, Bruce Campbell, anything Bruce Campbell. Sign me up.
Damn, you know ball, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
I must say you do know ball.
I'm shooting bet.
Respects.
Yeah.
I
So
think-
can I give you 5? Can I give you 5 right now?
Sure. Yeah. Let me try to
Throw a
blind
loophole
rank.
here. So let me hold on. Let me get this all set up here, so I can remember what you choose in here.
Right. Yeah, I was looking for a pen. I'm like, fuck, where the fuck my pen go?
Yeah. I'll be making notes and shit. Okay, I'll just use this picture. So mine's gonna be kind of crazy because I know a lot of shit.
Okay.
All right, so
Let's see how
Where
much
am I
ball
at?
I know.
yeah, we're gonna see, dude. We're about to see. Hold on, this thing's not loading. Where am I at here? Why is it not pulling up? Sorry, my computer's like messing up because I have
You're
so many
good, you're
tabs. I have so many tabs open for the shit to come. So it's like,
It's all good.
All right.
We only have 1 million viewers. No big deal.
okay, so I'm gonna go with to start.
Yeah.
For number 1, I'm gonna go with Chucky.
Chucky. Okay, I would give him. Wait, so at the end of this, is this going to follow up with the same, or is this a totally different? My number 1 is not going to
Yeah,
determine how I would defeat them. It would be a different or the same.
I'll choose a different one on your
Different,
your
okay.
list to defeat.
So
Yeah.
for now, I would put Chucky at 4.
Okay, Chucky at 4.
Yeah, unless I
Okay.
got to eat their ass, then I'd probably Chucky
Oh,
might be the
God.
safest. If
That
that's
might
where
be
you're,
the same. Yeah, 100%.
if that's where
That's
you're
just-
switching.
That's straight late.
You know, Chucky at 1. Chucky at 1, dude. No, just saying.
Yeah, no,
I keep him at 4. I keep him at 4.
Okay, so to keep the small trend, Leprechaun.
Leprechaun in the Hood. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
fucking
that.
love that. I love that movie.
That's a
yeah,
good
great.
one. I'd put him at 5 though. I would
You
put him at 5. Yeah.
Yeah. It's too good. It's too fucking good.
Yeah.
Pennywise for the next
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
That would be my number 1 if I had any. That's just me.
He's just your favorite,
Yeah.
just horror movie.
the show Welcome to Derry. Oh my, the best show I've seen in the past like 10, 15 years.
That's big statement right there. I
favorite
saw the
show.
first episode, and for whatever reason, I just forgot to go back
Yep.
and finish that. Okay,
Yeah,
I got to keep that in mind.
I'd say I highly recommend it.
I would put Pennywise. That's good. Okay, I'd put him at 3 though.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how this is gonna fail me or it be in my favor here.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We're gonna find out. Okay.
The next one, Leatherface.
Oh, I do love me Leatherface. He's number 2. He'll be
Same,
number
okay.
2. We just ended up just going
That
and
was a quick 2.
yeah. I'm that's a comfortable 2. That's a comfortable
That
one.
is. So you have 5, 4, 3, and 2.
Leprechaun, Chucky,
Yeah.
Pennywise, and who did we just say? Leatherface.
Leatherface.
That's good.
So
Okay.
the last one I was gonna give you was Pinhead.
Pinhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Pinhead will be
Yeah.
my number 1, but if I
Yeah.
had to knowingly put it in order, Pennywise would for sure be that number 1 in that list.
Yeah. I would probably go Pennywise, Pinhead, Leatherface, and then Chucky, Leprechaun.
I would switch Pinhead. Who was my number 3? Was that
3 was
Pennywise?
Yeah. 3 was
Okay.
Pennywise.
I would
Yeah.
put Pinhead at 3. Pennywise
yeah.
Pennywise is my number 1. Leatherface at 2. Pinhead
Yeah,
at 3. Chucky 4, and ideally,
Leprechaun
but
5. Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So nice. That's a nice list. I mean,
It's
there's
not bad.
There's no wrong answer here.
No,
You
we
know?
all win in the end,
Yeah.
unless we're eating ass.
Yeah. 100%. That's all we can do.
Okay.
So if you had to defeat Chucky, how would you do it?
Chucky. You know, I always thought about this because I had this irrational fear as a kid, right?
Same.
And
Same.
I thought I had to think like, how
Yeah.
would I defeat Chucky if he was after me?
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of is somehow I'd have to figure out a way to like pull his limbs apart, pull his
Yeah.
arms apart, pop his head off somehow,
Yeah.
and just take those things as far away from each other as
Yeah.
possible and like bury them again or burn
Yeah.
them,
Yep.
bury them in a hole and then burn them, drop them in
Yep.
the ocean, ain't with a rock or something. Like
100%.
I wouldn't have, I mean,
Mhm.
I can't tease another person that's just going to keep coming.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
how else do you defeat that? You know what I mean? Like it'd be really fucked up. Like how do you defeat Pennywise? I wouldn't even know. Like I would just give up,
Well,
dude.
essentially, you just, according to the book, what it is like you have a big orgy and you make a pact and crazy stuff going on, some cult shit, but
Right.
But yeah, you just get friendship and find love or whatever. Maybe, right?
With the power of friendship,
And you
anything
have
is
that
possible.
little, you have that little stone from the little thing to
Right.
shoot him in the head where he turns into a giant spider. So crazy.
Right. But I mean, yeah, that'd be my only viable solution.
So one thing I was gonna throw in there, but I didn't know how you feel about it because I don't
Mhm.
know if anyone considers this like a horror movie monster, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I would actually throw this in there as
Okay.
like one of my top as well with The Shining and The Thing is Jaws. So I was gonna say the shark
Oh.
from Jaws.
Yeah. What about Joe?
What's that?
Like what about him? Like would he be part of the ranking or were you saying
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna throw him in the ranking.
oh
Because
yeah.
I feel like he's a great horror movie.
Yeah, that's
monster.
that's a good movie overall. Like
Jaws is such an influential movie. Like
Yeah.
it's still going. Like I'm fucking scared to like close my eyes in the shower. You know what I mean?
Because
See
of
the giant mouth. Yeah, see the giant mouth coming towards me. You know what I mean? It's like holy shit. So as a
Right.
kid, that traumatized me. Even the shitty one with like the 3D freaking thing where they're at SeaWorld and it crashes the glass. That terrified me.
Oh yeah.
Because I know we live in San Diego, so
Yeah.
it's like you have that giant megalodon mouth inside that little like walkway where you go see the sharks, man. That always terrified me.
That's no joke right there.
Yeah.
That's true.
You stand in front of that thing, you're like, dude, I would
We're
just be
fucked.
swallowed by this. Yeah.
We're fucked. Honestly,
Like,
I can't
imagine
do
fighting that thing, dude. Yeah, fuck.
I can't do anything underwater like that. Like
I can't either.
I refuse to go like whale watching because if that tail breaks
Yep.
our boat and we're all in there in the water with it, I'd have a heart attack before it would even have to eat me or anything.
Well, that's why
There's no way.
H.P. Lovecraft is one of my favorite authors, and his like
Uh-huh.
Cthulhu stuff is just everything. I have it tattooed on me, so it's like that's my like homage to like, oh, my fear is like the ocean, right? But at the same time, it's like you can overcome it. It's one of those like double-edged swords where it's.
Oh, dude. I just want to enjoy it on the beach kind of deal, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's how I am. It's like
Yeah.
we go to the beach, like, oh, let's go in here. I'm like, I'm good.
It looks great from here.
Yeah, I'm good. Plus, there's a bunch of shit in the water now. It's like I don't want to go in any.
Oh, especially our
body of
water.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially our water. Damn. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna really test your ball skills right here. Pause.
Okay.
And we're gonna segue to another game. Okay.
All right. Scary Movie 6, name that horror reference. All right.
So I'm gonna show you different characters that have been revealed during the Scary Movie 6 trailer.
Mhm.
And you're going to try to identify each reference, right?
Okay.
Based on the clip from the movie, if
Okay.
that made any sense. Hopefully that did. But this
Yeah,
first one should make it easy for you. I'm going to show you a picture. You just tell me the name of the person. And if you know the movie, you probably would know the movie already, and the movie.
Yeah.
All right. First one.
Yes. Yeah. 100% Leatherface.
Leatherface. Correct.
Easy.
So this Leatherface, they showed him on the train. That train scene had a fuck ton of references. I don't know if you caught that. I'm sure you did. There was a
I don't
ton.
know. Yeah, there was a shit ton. And I appreciated the whole the Megan doll thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like dances like it, then it's like, oh, it's Ghostface.
What'd you think about Megan, the movie?
I thought it was fun. The first one, I didn't see the second one because it got weird.
You didn't miss nothing.
Yeah, but if you watch Meg, I would highly recommend watching the unrated version. There's more brutal kills in that.
Oh.
And it fleshes that out a little bit better.
Okay.
So I would just say watch that. And my whole time watching that movie though, I was like, you got to cross this over with Chucky. I was like, there's got to be a crossover with Chucky.
Yeah.
For this to work for me personally, cross that over with Chucky.
Dude, so we've spoken about this in the past about going to horror nights, and one of the things that they've been having her quite frequently has been Megan, and they've had Chucky, and that's like a perfect blend of the two. Like they 100% should collab.
Like imagine like Chucky realizing that he can like AI is using this doll, and he's like controlling the doll too. So it's like there's two menaces going on.
That's perfect.
Throwing Will Smith from iRobot in there, and it's all crazy. My movie plot. I love movie ideas, you know. So.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's see if you get this next one.
Okay. That is Hard Eyes, I believe.
Hard Eyes, correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Hard Eyes.
Didn't see it, but highly recommended to me. So.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's on my list.
It was a lot better than I thought, for sure.
Yep.
Okay. Next one.
It.
So this is a little tough because you see, more than one.
Right, what am I looking at here? Okay, so I Know What You Did Last Summer. We got Megan. So
right. Okay, so I mean, essentially, that's both. You know what I mean? Those are the two, and the
I Know What You Did Last Summer fucked me up as a kid. Actually,
really? Why is that?
I don't know. Just something about the fucking boat, the boat vibe, and just the hook, man. I would like.
It's creepy.
It just I don't know.
Oh, you know what?
It did it for me. Yeah.
The one that really like got me as a kid. You ever see Pet Cemetery?
Oh, 100%.
Love that. Yep. Dude, that sister or whoever she was that they kept up there in the attic all fucking crippled. That nightmare fuel right there. That was a good movie.
Yep.
All right. Fisherman, whatever the hell his name was. All right, here we go. What about this one?
That's
Jigsaw. Easy money right here.
The Babadook, I believe.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I lived through this.
I've never seen it, but I mean, I've seen the character enough times to know like
it's a really good psychological horror. So anything psychological, obviously, I love. So,
okay.
Yes, it's a slow burn, but it's good.
Highly recommend.
100% highly recommend.
Okay.
10 out of 10. It's Mike Myers.
Easy.
Or Michael Myers. If I say Mike Myers, I always think of
I said Mike Myers.
Austin Myers. Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah. Oh, that looks like Chucky, right?
It's our boy. Yep.
Yeah. It's
easy. What about this?
Oh, The Prowler, I believe.
Okay, what movie? Just so we're on this.
Is it My Bloody Valentine?
Okay, yeah. Because I don't know if that was like the probably
Harry Warden. Yeah, I'm thinking The Prowler is a different movie.
Sorry. Okay, but you knew the movie. Yeah. It's the pickaxe, right?
Yeah, the pickaxe. Yeah,
that's a fire movie too. I like the remake they did.
Dude, very brutal ass movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Shit. Yeah, brutal. Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie, The House That Jack Built? You ever watch that?
I haven't, but it's on my list. My roommates they watched it, they loved it. They thought it was fucking crazy.
It's a hard movie to watch, but it's a good one.
I heard.
Yeah, that's a good one to check out.
I'm so backlogged. That looks like a Cinnabite. That's a Cinnabite, right?
What movie?
Hellraiser 3 or 2. I don't know. It's like Pinhead, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, Pinhead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pinhead. Yep.
Because they didn't have the little pins. Yeah, that's Megan, obviously. And, yeah, Ghostface, obviously.
Easy.
Like, that's supposed to be like Wednesday, right?
It's supposed to be. Yep.
Yeah, or whatever. This one.
This is a good one.
I was confused. I was confused watching this one.
It's a good one.
So I don't know if it's. I'm probably gonna get this wrong.
Maybe start with what franchise you think she's associated with.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
So I mean, like The Exorcist, maybe. I don't know.
It's from a more recent remake.
And
it's one they've remade many times. So it's, I mean, I feel like every 2 years is a remake of this movie.
Really, every 2 years,
or another sequel, but I feel like every 2 years there's another movie. She's older now.
Oh, is it supposed to be Michael Myers' sister? That was supposed to be. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Laurie Strode or Strode or whatever.
Yeah, Laurie Strode.
But that one, I was just like, really? Even when I was watching the trailer, I didn't catch that.
That's what I was trying to figure that out. I was like, why is her hair like that? I was like, I couldn't think of it. Now it makes total sense.
Right. Yeah.
So that's awesome that they actually did that.
Right.
So.
What about this one?
Is that supposed to be like Get Out or something?
Mm-mm. No,
Oh,
not.
shit. Or the what Mama? What
Yeah,
is it?
there you
Mama?
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, Mama. I was thinking that
Ma.
Banger or Ma or
That was
whatever.
pretty
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. It's like okay, Psycho. Yeah,
Right. It's an old psycho lady. Easy,
that's Sinners.
easy.
Easy. Yeah,
What'd you think of Sinners?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's about
I
to
liked
win
it
a
a
lot
lot.
of awards this Oscar season or whatever.
Yeah, no, honestly, the cultural balance that they threw in there,
Yeah,
you know, it just, I loved it. I loved it all.
yeah. It was dope. Like
So, yeah,
it was the only movie I went to see in the theaters last year, and
I would say honestly the same.
yeah,
I
it
feel like
was.
that's the only one I went and saw.
Yeah, like I saw the YouTube videos from Ryan Coogler, and he
Yeah,
was breaking down the
yeah,
film, and
he's so dope.
I was
Yeah,
just like, dude, this is fire. Like I gotta see this in the IMAX. If he's saying like this is how it should be seen, like
yep,
I'm into
100%. That's what I did. Yeah.
Tarantino's breakdown of like, hey, I filmed it like this, so try to go see it in theaters.
Oh,
Like
100%. Yeah, yeah.
if I
Exactly. It's like,
can.
oh, here's Kill Bill. Here's like 8 hours of Kill Bill. It's like, oh shit. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You
Easy.
see him in the background sniffing feet. You know.
That little freak.
Yeah.
What about this one?
Let's Get Out.
Get Out.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that movie? Or even the
love
Jordan Peele movies as a whole?
Like Us, I like Jordan Peele a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of people shit on. I don't know if you saw Nope.
I
at
did.
all,
I
but
did. Yeah.
I'm a big creature feature guy. So going in thinking that was like an alien film,
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then when it was revealed what it was, I'm not gonna spoil it or anything. But
Yeah.
I was like, that's badass. I was like, I like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's weird and it's just like it's cool.
Right.
It's a pretty cool concept. Yeah. A lot of people didn't like that, but I actually like that one.
The layers through Get Out that, you know, that they were putting in throughout the movie, that was just
Yeah.
so much
Get Out's so
respect
good.
for that kind of
Yeah.
movie making. Like I
Yeah.
enjoyed that so much.
Ahead of its time. I mean, even Key and Peele, the show, is still, dude, I watch that shit all the time.
Right.
There's so many good skits in Key and Peele. It's like so, and it's so good.
It is. It
crazy.
is. That show.
And just to know that, and just to know his mind is in that dark place sometimes to write some of this stuff and direct some.
Who
of
would have
this
thought? Yeah.
I mean,
that's
yeah,
that's
I
dope.
mean, that's stoner vibes right there. You know what
Stoner
I mean?
vibes for sure.
Yeah, it's you know, going from point A to point B.
And what was the other one? Us. That was
Us. I liked Us.
Us was good too. I enjoyed that.
Everyone deems, you know, Get Out's the best, and I you know, I can attest to that.
Yeah, I would agree.
I
with
appreciate
that too.
all of them, honestly. Like any Jordan Peele movie that comes out, I'm like, sign me up.
Right. I would agree with that as well. Okay. Yeah, that's honestly the Us, that was one of the IPs I really enjoyed at Universal Studios. I enjoyed being able to walk around that sort of, I guess, environment. You know, it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah,
dude, we gotta go.
I'd be down.
For the amount of, and like, you know, you really like horror like that. Like you would really appreciate walking through like what would feel like an actual scene getting played out in front of you sometimes. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty dope. All right,
I've been meaning to go.
we're locking it in, and I'm gonna vlog it. Let's see next. Okay, what that?
Is that okay? Is that supposed to be Smile, or is that supposed to be like The Shining? Yeah, Smile.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know this. I didn't even think to look at this chick's name. I'm sure she has a name, but yeah, from Smile.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually, I love that movie last year.
That was a good movie.
Long Legs. I watched that shit like 4 times last year. I fucking love that.
So if there's a death of comedy, one genre that seems to like be able to continuously, like at least one a year, pump out a really good movie, it's horror.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, horror it's definitely not hurting right now.
I think last year was such a good year for horror, honestly.
It was surprisingly good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I wish
it's only going to get better, I feel like, this year. So.
What's the big movie? Is there what is the best big horror movie for this year? Do you know it off the top? I haven't really looked into it that much.
Honestly, I'm excited. There's a new Mummy coming out. That's a different take on the Mummy. Yeah, that comes out next month. But you know, big ones like I just can't think of the top of my head.
Did you watch like Frankenstein or like the new one? You know,
Del Toro. Yeah.
You watched that? You enjoyed that? Okay.
Amazing. Yeah. So my top tier for like horror movie icons would be like the Universal monsters. Like my whole sleeve on this sleeve right here is like Dracula, werewolf.
I see.
Have like under here I have like Frankenstein. You kind of see that right there.
Yeah, that's a dope one.
I have the Bride. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, they look good.
Creature, yeah, the Creature, everything like that. So, Universal monsters are top tier for me.
Bro, how have you not gone to Horror Nights yet? That's like their bread and butter right there. That's,
I know.
It's crazy. It is a little pricey.
Casinos be making blackout days for no reason. So
nah, dude.
That's why, dude.
We got to break those rules.
I was gonna go last year, but I forgot what happened, dude. I got like super busy that month.
All right. Well, this year, don't be busy. All right.
I'm not.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know the lineup yet. I mean, and each year is kind of it can be hit and miss, but there's always at least one house, like the Terrifier house last year.
I'm a big Terrifier guy,
bro.
Big Terrifier guy.
Yeah, dude.
Love that shit. Yeah.
Speaking of like new horror, like come on, probably leading the way right now.
Yeah, he's an icon, man.
All right. Speaking of which, okay, so we got easy.
That's Art the Clown, easy. You know what I mean?
And I think is that it? I think that's it.
So I think I only missed one, right? I would say I only missed one.
Yeah, and it just took a little bit of memory jogging, just kind of.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was a good little game there.
Yeah, why not? Right? Not too bad, dude. You sir, you know ball. Let me see.
I track.
And 1 second.
Yeah, I'm gonna close out my movie.
Okay, we spent. You got something before I?
Yeah, I was gonna say. What was just a random, food for thought here?
Yeah.
What was the first movie you remember seeing in movie theaters?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like one that you were like there and you were like, shit. This
Present.
Is cool.
Like
this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year did Lion King come out? Or
that was like 90, right?
I'm just trying to figure out if that's like late 90 or mid 90 or I want to say that's for sure up there or early like
90, it was 94.
Present. Okay, so I would have been like 5, right?
Yeah.
Lion King for sure. I remember seeing that a bunch, like over and over in the theater. Before that,
dude, that's crazy.
Fuck, I don't know if I can consciously remember anything prior to that. I mean, maybe I guess I would have to hear like certain movies that were like popping around or right before that time. But for the most part, what I vividly remember is The Lion King.
Yeah,
for sure. What about you?
I would say so. I just looked this up. So I'll say the movie I remember the most, like going to see as a kid, was Batman and Robin, the one with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay. What year is that?
97. But
97. Okay, yeah,
but
that's a good one.
Now that I look it up though, Space Jam, I remember seeing that very vividly.
Oh yeah,
and that came out in 96. So I guess I remember seeing Space Jam.
Right.
But I remember Batman and Robin was so more impactful because it was so.
That was dope. Visually, that was a dope movie.
Yeah, I love that movie in theaters. At the time, that shit was fucking awesome. I was like, oh yeah, I walked out the theaters. That was so cool.
And that was like
straight like comic Batman, you know,
right?
So cheesy and just like, you know what I mean?
I want to say,
as we get older, we watch it, we're like, oh my god,
right? I want to say like heyday action figure, like going 100%. To the store, toy stores, dedicated toy stores, like. That's what I associate like that Batman run there. That's dope. I'm curious, when did like movies like Terminator or Mission Impossible or because those would be on my early
Terminator was 84.
Oh man, that's definitely a no-go. Maybe it would have been like 2, maybe I saw
2 was 91.
Okay.
91. What year were you born?
89.
Okay, I was a 90 baby.
Okay.
So you remember seeing Terminator 2 when you were 1?
I don't know. I want to maybe not.
Have you seen that at like 2 years old? That's fucking crazy.
Bro, dude, don't doubt my memory.
I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying that's fucking crazy. That's bizarre.
Honestly, it's gonna lead into our next segment. I even have this with Jordan. I have the only real recollection I have of watching Michael Jordan is the Jazz series, and that's it.
I would say the same. Like, so are we getting into what we're gonna get into, or we just we still have to go with this?
No, unless you have more.
No, I don't. I think this is the perfect segue into what we're about to get into.
Okay, all right. Well, then, yeah,
we'll about Space Jam, anyways. So, it works out, right? So,
all right, let's segue from one Mount Rushmore of horror to
Yeah.
the next in our
Yep.
NBA Mount Rushmore. I'd
Absolutely.
say another thing me and you share in common that we enjoy is NBA basketball. Probably all basketball, to be honest, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know, I make jokes on my page about WNBA, but dude, like I respect the women like playing. You know what I mean?
I want
I will clown them. You know what I mean?
for
The Angel
sure.
Reese
That's
layups, all that kind of stuff. You know, like, and I will attest that I can still beat them today, like any of those players.
no, you
I
wouldn't.
will. That's what I'm saying. Like
Chelsea
I attest to
Plum
that.
would.
I don't know.
Fuck,
Yeah, she would probably dominate.
she would dominate you, bro.
Yeah, probably. But you don't know that. We don't know that though. Roll a ball out, bro.
Sure,
Like,
sure.
give me like a month to practice, get like my shape in. Like I think honestly, like
You've seen Sabrina Ionescu, right, against Steph 3-point
yeah.
contest.
Well, there's like
She was right there.
Lauren Betts is a monster. She's like 6'7", right?
Right.
Like it's like she might dominate.
I'm just saying, someone like Sabrina might just need that much space to just get a three over you, and
100%.
probably automatic. I would imagine.
They're gonna outshoot me 100%.
That's what I would imagine. Like,
hit me in the post, dude. I'm hitting some shimmies.
and they kind of get a little physical too, you know, like enough just to create a little bit of space.
I'm gonna come off as a little sexier, but I don't think like any man strength is gonna attest to any like woman WNBA strength.
I don't know. I mean,
not to be a dick, dude.
Right.
I've never seen any WNBA player benching like 185, like 3 sets of 12. You know what I mean?
But think about it.
I could do that.
That's like a static movement. What if you're running full speed and having to stop on a dime with a shoulder check as you're stopping? You know what I mean? Like, and a little step back as you know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
the way the game is played today.
You're like,
I guess that's a thing. I guess, you know. Something I argue with my nephews about all the time. It's like they just like LeBron's the GOAT, LeBron's the GOAT, and it's like, no, not to me, man. I get like 1,000 reels, dude, every day of like, oh, Kobe did this, Jordan did this. It's like, okay. I was like, it's an ongoing argument.
Okay, so what is your gripe with LeBron? What is it that's you don't see him as
give me so my heyday with LeBron is a young LeBron. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Up until he left to Miami. Right?
Yeah.
Because I was a Melo guy through and through when they came into the draft.
I agree. I was more like, Melo too.
Melo is my guy. I just like his game. You know, it reminded me of just vintage, you know, classic NBA, the middies, just like the way he played. You know what I mean?
And the championship in his first year.
Yeah, the championship his first year, the cornrow, it just did it for me. You know what I mean? So I was just a big Melo guy. But with the whole LeBron thing, it's like he left, and it's just like I just don't like the way he plays the game. Like I appreciate it. Like I appreciate it.
What exactly is it about the game that like bothers you? Is it the everyone
something with his killer mentality, man? Like if you look back to that Celtics series, remember when he scored like 20 or whatever team he was playing in the playoffs? I can't remember.
Well, I mean,
it was the Celtics when
he did go crazy against the Celtics
when he scored like 23 in a row. Right?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, okay. He was put in my map like, all right, this guy's a dog.
Right.
All right. Like give me a woof, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm like, okay, like he's on my radar now. And then it's like he didn't, you know, Jordan, like, knowing what you know at that age, like Jordan, he went through the trials and errors, right? He like got beat down, you know, they bullied him. He got better, overcame it, right?
Sure, yeah.
But the mentality of just like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna go over here and play with like, you know, one of the top players.
Okay.
And then another guy that's probably top 10 at the time going into that free agency. And then you're deeming like we're not winning just one, we're gonna win like 7 in a row. You know how much that statement doesn't match, bro. And then you're getting you're getting bodied by my boy Dirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a good team.
You're gonna beat by Jason Terry and Dirk, bro, and Josh Howard.
That was a good team.
Just saying.
That was,
you know what I mean? They had J Kidd too, but I mean,
right.
You know,
right. Did they have Sean Marion too? Like they had like a pretty deep squad, right?
They did. They were a little bit older.
Tyson Chandler, or
yep.
right?
That's like the whole like if you go into a gym, right, like a 24 or whatever it may be, and you see like you're playing fives, and you're like, oh, there's like this old head in there, right? He's an older guy, but you pick him up, that motherfucker will he's fucking efficient. That's like the Mavs.
Elbow checks and pump fakes.
Yep, that's the Mavs in that series. You know what I mean? They just played that old school gym ball and just rode Dirks, back. You know what I mean?
Wait, so wouldn't you argue then, as far as like the team hopping? I feel like that's just like today's NBA. Like
it is. That's why I'm not mad at it. But LeBron started that culture.
Okay.
You know, like to me, like he started this hopping, and I think you know even back when he played in the All-Star game when Kobe was playing, right? When
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen videos on that where
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, hey, like try to score on me, like 1v1 me, like that's where the torch is passed, right? Because Jordan
Yeah.
did it to Kobe, you know what I mean, and
Right.
whoever did it else before Jordan, like Magic or Bird or whatever, right?
Right.
And I just feel like when that moment happened, that's when everything went to shit. Now there's plenty of videos out there on that, but it's
Right.
like the killer mentality, just like you just see it in the All-Star game too. It's like, all right, like anytime LeBron wants to go 1v1 a guy, right, he calls for a pick, dude.
Yeah.
Like give me Giannis or Anthony Edwards or even Wemby. That's like, no, fucking get out the fucking way. All right, this is the new age, right?
Right.
I'm gonna hit you with some shit. You know what I mean? So I respect
Right.
that more than like, all right, let me call a pick, switch to a bigger defender that's a lot slower than me, or someone that's way smaller than me,
Right.
and I'm just gonna drive it.
Would you
like,
would
LeBron
you
doesn't have anything in his bag. That's my personal opinion. He has no signature move in his bag.
a lot of people do say LeBron has no bag.
He has no bag. His dunks are his bag, like his signature little dunk thing he does or whatever. Like that's what I see when I see LeBron, or a pass like that little one-handed like a cross-court pass, body pass that he does.
Right.
But
What about
I just think of Magic if I think that. You know what I mean?
what about Boston? Would you attribute that team hopping thing to originate like maybe more recently to them?
Off the top of your head, do you know how old Garnett was when he went there? I can't.
Probably like maybe 30, early 30,
so
early
he was
30s,
older.
maybe.
Yeah.
Was he
So
mid 30s? I don't know.
I'm not mad at
Probably.
that. Was like
I don't know.
a thing though. Like that was a thing in the league from like the 70s to the 80s, and even then it was like you get older, you're in your prime, right? You start to get out of your prime. It's like, all right, now I just want to win a ring, right? So you're gonna link up with guys like the Rockets did that with Elijah Wan, Barkley, and Drexler was there, right?
Yeah.
So it was like kind of like you get older, you're
And
gonna go to
Pippen.
this team. Yeah, the Lakers did it with freaking Peyton and Karl Malone. You know what I mean? So I'm not as mad at that. You know what I mean? And plus, Minnesota wasn't helping him at all. Garnett's case. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not helping him at all.
Right.
And I don't know. I just the whole Ray Allen thing too. It's like you're on a market that's not helping you at all.
Right.
The Cavs did everything, dude. They brought in talent after talent after talent after talent. They brought in Larry Hughes. That was like supposed to be the big two, right? So you have Larry Hughes, LeBron Ilgauskas. You know what I mean?
Right. With
and he was coming in off the Wizards, right? So it's like he's prime, but Larry Hughes didn't live up to that because he didn't get to do what he did because LeBron had to do what he had to do.
Right. And that was the Mo Williams, right? Mo Williams and Delonte.
Yep. And I think Drew Gooden was on that team too, maybe. I don't remember.
Oh, probably Drew Gooden.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I see your angle. I feel it too. That I really that mentality is probably my biggest frustration watching him now on the Lakers. Yep. I just know when the game is close and like, for example, there's free throws on the line, he's gonna miss. He's not gonna just take over and like carry us to make a comeback. It's kind of like we either all gotta have the momentum and the team has to ride, and he'll just kind of push us that much.
Yeah.
He's never going to just be like, everybody hop on. We are going to make this comeback from this blowout, from this team we shouldn't have been losing to. He's just going to kind of be like, well, it's just one game.
Yeah.
And I do hate that.
Yeah. Well, my theory is like, he's leaving this year. I'm assuming, I just don't see any point in being there anymore. The whole team hates him. JD Redick can't handle him. Right. And then it's like, on top of that, he's probably gonna go back to Cleveland, right? It's be his last year to play with James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. So it's like, let me just taken out or whatever. But here's what I bring up to you is when you think of like, I'm going to give you just like decades, and I'm going to be like, oh, name the player that makes you think of that decade, right? So the 70s, who do you think of?
Probably like early, like a young Kareem or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Something
right.
like that.
Kareem, Russell, whoever, like Dr. J, whatever.
Yeah, and then Wilt.
Yeah. So in the 80s, who do you think?
Magic Bird.
Exactly. Right. 90s.
Jordan.
2000s.
Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah. Right. And then 2010.
2010s. I guess I would say LeBron.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Because 2010s is like Miami, right? That's like Miami years.
Yeah.
They lost to Dallas, and then they went toe to toe with the Thunder.
Yeah. A young Thunder team.
Who was dominating the West really at that time?
I mean, the Lakers, right? Because they had Powell and Kobe.
So. Right, but I want to say that was like the years that they were retooling or something, right? Like I want to say we just got off the Kobe Powell championships and then we started
It was like
experimenting.
Julius Randle, D'Lo, stuff like that.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
dark times. Dark
yeah,
times. Um
yeah.
I would say those are the
Lonzo Ball.
2010s. Lonzo,
Yeah,
fucking shit like that. So
yeah,
I guess LeBron, and then obviously there was like a lot of fun D Rose.
yeah.
Um damn,
Yeah.
fucking young Kawhi, I guess,
Yep.
14, somewhere in
I
there.
was gonna put his jersey on the back of my chair here. This wasn't the screen, but I didn't do it.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's a dope
yeah.
jersey to have.
Like I have like me right now. I have Kawhi over LeBron in my all time.
Okay,
I have Kawhi over LeBron.
explain that. Why is that
He
the
shut LeBron down. If you look at clips in that
uh-huh.
series where the Spurs played the Heat,
Okay,
right?
the young, okay.
Every time Kawhi was in there, just fucking bottling LeBron. He was a shell of a man, dude. He was
What
a
do
shell of a
you
man.
what do you think about the championship year though? And I kind of dock points from Kawhi because I think people forget how hurt Golden State was
Yeah,
to like who do they lose? They lose KD. They
yeah,
lose KD early in the series. He tries to come back and then they permanently lose him after he tears whatever.
yeah,
And then they lose Clay, game
uh-huh.
6 or something like that. So there you go,
Yeah,
game 7. So I mean, the Raptors had a really fun year and they definitely rallied like crazy with that
yeah.
last second shot
Yeah,
against
that shit was
the
crazy. I
Sixers.
watched that live. That was insane.
Dope.
That was insane. Yeah, iconic.
But
You know what I mean?
man, it's such a letdown when you see like, you don't get to see the other team at their best. And
Yeah.
then
Well, like that's my whole thing is like I put iconic moments over these superstars, right? Oh,
okay.
like that sticks out of my mind. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? So, like to me, Kawhi has a lot of those moments where it's like, dude, the finals, he got the finals MVP, his rookie year, right?
Uh-huh.
And then it's like that shot is iconic. Like LeBron, like only thing I think of is like the powder throw and the flopping. Like to me,
Right.
like I mean, there's obviously that iconic photo of D Wade throwing the lob to him, right? But
Yeah,
it was a crazy year. I'm not discrediting. I'm not saying I hate
yeah.
LeBron. I'm just saying I personally, I need that dog in me.
Right.
So when I think of these decades, like I was telling you, I think like 70s Dr. J, 80s Magic Bird, 90s Jordan, Pippen, right?
Okay.
And we get to the Shaq and Kobe.
Okay.
And the 2010s for me, or even I would just say Kobe 2010. But I was a more Iverson guy going into 2000 than I was.
That's fair. He would have been right there if I was also big fans of T-Mac and
I was honestly in that
KG,
finals. I was
like
rooting for the Sixers to beat the Lakers that year.
Sure.
Like, as a kid, because I remember at the time, I think it was like someone I went to like school with was just like, "Oh, Lakers." I was like, "Nah, you're an idiot." Da da da. You know what I mean? But
right.
And then 2010s, I would say Curry. Put Curry over LeBron.
Okay.
100%. I think that's the most valid thing ever.
I'm trying to remember. Curry was 09 or something like that, somewhere in that ballpark.
But they ran the Golden State teams ran the 2010s though. You know what I mean? Look at all the championships they got.
Right. They were.
Look at that 2016 year.
15,
Curry
16,
had.
Right.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Curry had that insane year where he was, dude. It was just the guy was shooting from wherever and he's going in. Right. I've never seen anything like that.
No, those were special. Those were special years.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't remember. Like to me, LeBron doesn't have that moment for me.
Right, but
in my heart, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess my rebuttal would be once they got KD, it was a little unfair.
Well, that was just icing on the cake because who couldn't they beat that they needed KD for? Was it the Heat team? Right?
KD couldn't beat the Warriors, so then he joined the Warriors.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I think as long as they were healthy, they were going to beat everybody. And I think that was the only reason why Kawhi won that year.
Yeah.
But I mean, fuck.
Well,
it's hard to argue, Curry. For sure. He's up there.
I'm not mad at the whole KD going to the Warriors thing. At least he didn't like hold a freaking whole press conference, dude, on ESPN, freaking prime time, making a decision about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pretty much, just like, you know what, fucking LeBron did it on TV. Went to like the best thing I can do it, like whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just like I'm not as mad at that. Like people give him shit for that, but dude, he's a sniper, dude. I love KD even when he was in Texas. So it's like,
sure. So do you not? So okay. So then I guess you're not gonna dock Curry because he didn't necessarily make that choice for KD to come.
People came to play with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was there going through it, dude, on that Warriors team. Like they had who'd they have even on that team?
But
Like
they
David
just, I
Lee?
thought they just won. No, did they not just win, or was that the year LeBron just beat them? Because I could have swore they already had a ring or two before KD
Well,
showed.
I think they had
They had
2
a,
rings. They had 2 rings
so they were
prior
up.
to him getting there, right?
They
And
were
then
up
they
there.
won. Yeah.
There was one year that LeBron, like this was probably like what 28-year-old LeBron, where he pretty much carried after Kyrie got hurt, Kevin Love got hurt.
Yeah.
He pretty much took him to 6, and
Yeah.
Steph probably won his first ring there. And
Yeah.
then I want to say, did they go back to back?
Yeah. I'm looking right now. So
Okay.
here's the list. I'll start. We'll just go from 2010 on, right? 2010, 2011 was Mavericks.
Mhm.
2011, 2012 was the Heat. 13 was the Heat.
Mhm.
Or 12 was the Heat. 13 was the Spurs. 14 was the Warriors, and then it went Cavs, Warriors, Raptors, Lakers in
Okay.
2019, which I don't consider a championship. That was in the bubble.
Oh
So
my god, dude. This is where
I don't.
we're gonna
I don't consider that a championship. I look. I cried because when Kobe died, like that championship meant a lot to me, right?
Yeah.
But that was the Kobe era, right? That new era,
Yeah.
dude. They didn't have to deal with anything in that bubble, dude.
What do you mean? I feel like they had to deal with more than anybody.
No fans.
Well, what does fans have to do with any of the gaming?
It makes a difference.
How?
It makes a big difference. You know what I mean? I just feel like the environment makes a big difference.
I feel like the difference is now the role players who probably don't perform well under pressure played better, because that was some of the best basketball we ever saw.
Well, if you really look at the stats in
Yeah.
that bubble year, right?
Mhm.
In those playoffs, players were shooting better than they ever shot before.
So it was harder.
No, it was better. They were shooting higher percentages.
So everyone was playing better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they were playing better because there was no
Right.
fans and there was no dynamic of like, I got to travel, I got to do this, you know, and just change
Right.
my routine, different environment.
To me, that was the most purest form of just playing ball. People,
Yeah, and who was the best player on that Lakers team in that series? Anthony Davis.
AD was the best for sure.
Yeah.
And then LeBron, and then Rondo.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rondo and Dwight Howard, honestly.
Yeah, Dwight was really clutch for sure.
He was so clutch in that series.
Caruso.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time I hear the fans thing, I don't get it personally. I'm
all about the bold claims though, so I'm just doing it for
no, it's fine.
Giggles, but you know,
it's good to talk out loud about. I haven't really spoke about it with too many people.
Yeah. Like I remember that when they won that championship that year, I bought the little package shirt thing, you know what I mean? Where you get like the hat, the shirt, the DVD or whatever.
So are you a Laker fan, or are you more of a player guy, or how would you characterize?
I'm more of a player guy.
Okay.
But once you know, I don't know. Ever since the whole LeBron antics have started happening, I kind of backed off watching the Lakers.
Sure.
Honestly, and now I'm more just a player kind of guy. And
yeah.
I'm still debating, like, dude, to try to pick a team, you know, because I'm a Browns fan in NFL, and it's like so random.
Right.
But it's like NBA, yeah. Like growing up, I would say I was a Kobe guy, right, Iverson guy, and then like once Kobe got out of the league, it kind of was like, all right, who's next for me? You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I think that's kind of where I just left my allegiance to the Lakers, because I really got into it because of the Lakers. They were in our region. That's who the home team. That's just where they aired the home games.
I would see me out. I started like leaning towards the Clippers more once they had a Kawhi. You know, I was kind of just like, okay, I like Kawhi more than I like LeBron.
Sure.
So I kind of flipped that a little bit in my perspective. You know, then the load management started happening, and it's like, come on.
I feel like he's been that way though.
Yeah.
The way he left San Antonio was a little weird, right? Like, I feel like San Antonio just kind of last minute dumped him for DeMar, and I feel like they could have got a better package, but they kind of got shafted. But the Kawhi thing, he's just always been like a very like I play when I feel like it kind of guy.
Yeah. But when he plays, dude, it's.
But when he plays, he's fucking amazing. He's automatic, pretty much. He's a robot.
He's one of the most clutch players we got in the league, man. It's kind of scary.
Have you been following his controversial, I guess, his controversies involving the Clippers and Steve Ballmer?
Like the betting or whatever it is supposed to be, or
I
don't know exactly when.
Dude, I was really queued up. So essentially, all right. So essentially, the Clippers were trying to get Kawhi to come to LA that summer, 2019, right?
Yeah.
Into 2020. Came down to two teams. He kind of made it known as soon as he was traded from the Spurs to Toronto, I will not be staying. I am a rental. Just so happened that they won a ring that year.
Won him a championship, just saying, with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. But what are they doing now? Just saying. Sorry.
I'm still going to argue if the Warriors weren't hurt, I don't think they would.
No, I agree with that.
Okay,
No, I agree with that. Which was fucked up because like Toronto fans were like boo, like cheering KD when he fucking his Achilles went down.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, dude, like, look, I wanted the Raptors to win at the time, but come on now.
Right.
A human being, dude.
And at the end of the day, a ring. I mean, it's a ring. So he wins the ring. Toronto. It's obviously between three teams: Toronto, Lakers, and Clippers. All the reports going into it was that the Lakers were like a front runner to get him, and they ended up. That was the summer they ended up getting AD, right? They ended up trading for AD. Also, what went down was like Paul George was somehow looped into this trade, but there was so many like random.
I remember this. Yeah,
right? You remember? You follow? I don't know if
it was going to be some crazy fucking team. I remember like Lakers were going to pull like some crazy shit.
Right.
So I was like, no fucking way.
And last minute, everybody just went to the Clippers last minute, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it was almost like these reports were like, it's guaranteed. He's already like agreed to go to the LA. They're just waiting or the Lakers, they just waiting to announce it. And then all of a sudden, right, they're no longer in the running and he goes to the Clippers. So the investigation begins with Kawhi. During these investigations with these NBA teams, the Lakers and the Clippers specifically, there was only so much money he was going to be able to make because he's not going to be able to get that Supermax unless it was in Toronto. Yeah. And I want to say like that total, that because I think you could only do a 4-year max versus a 5. Toronto can give you the 5. You want to go to LA, you have to accept the 4.
Yeah,
the problem is you'd be leaving 40-something million on the table by not accepting that 5th year.
Yeah.
So what does Steve Ballmer do? He and the owner of this group called Aspiration, whatever, they decide to do this like this charity nonprofit thing where they plant trees. And Steve Ballmer's like, hey, I'm gonna give this company who plants trees $40-something million in order to do that, right?
Yeah.
So then Kawhi Leonard eventually gets looped into this business as well. And there's a company that received this donation of $40-something million. And it's called KL2. That's the name of this organization that received this $40-something million. It ended up being like the exact amount of same money that he was missing because he was no longer accepting that 5th year. So let's say, you know what I'm saying? So like he ended up getting that money on the back end through this charity. And in return, he was going to go to the Clippers. Part of this contract, he never had to advertise anything with trees. He never had to show up. He never had to do anything in order to receive this money.
He just signed something that said he was a part of the business.
He just had to put his name with it, and in that contract, as long as he was a Clipper.
Yeah.
And so people are now looking to Steve Ballmer like, hey, you can't do that. Because if you're gonna figure out other under the table ways to pay players like that aren't legal per the NBA CBA rules or whatever, what is that going to look like with all these, like the Lakers have a brand new ownership group, the Dodgers or whatever. Imagine the amount of money they can now so what I'm trying to frame now, if the NBA doesn't penalize Steve Ballmer with whatever the heavy infraction, disciplinary action it's going to be, you are going to set the precedent for the rest of the NBA and those billionaires to figure out other creative ways to under the table give these players the money that they're going to be missing out in order to come play with us. So sure, you can accept. This is an exaggerated example. Sure, because I think Joker's coming up on a new contract soon.
Hopefully.
Exaggeration here.
Yeah.
You sign a minimum with us, but don't worry. Under the table, we'll make sure you get $52 million per year through this charity we have over here on the side. And how fair is that now for the rest of the NBA? So in a nutshell, that's kind of the picture that what's taking place and what's getting ironed out between the Clippers and the NBA and then Kawhi. What people are expecting is that Kawhi because one of the penalties that can happen is that Kawhi's contract could be like voided, like he can be a free agent, and then they could also penalize the Clippers however many years of draft picks, and then Steve Ballmer like is going to have to be away from the team for a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
So the rumor is they wanted to wait till the All-Star game to pass because it happened in the Clippers arena.
Yeah.
This past couple weeks ago, whatever, Valentine's. Yeah. But that announcement should be coming really soon.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they're gonna rule on that. But that's the.
So to piggyback on that, like if we just start at the base of like the Clippers, right, when they were here in San Diego with us, right?
Yeah.
I just think now the Clippers have this curse, like leaving something in San Diego, bro. We got this fucking curse, man. Right. Where it's like teams just shit the bed. We have the best team, you know. I'm not even a Charger fan, but dude, that one team that we had that were like 09 or like 2011 or
the one that was like on the cusp of beating the Colts or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was the Patriots, man.
Oh, the Patriots,
then,
my fault.
And then Tomlinson was hurt, and Phillip Rivers had like ACL tear or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Like, just the things that have happened to us, like unlucky, sports wise, right?
Yeah.
But the Clippers have to be cursed though, because the owner before Ballmer, right? I forgot who it was, but he was the dude that was like saying shit.
The racist guy.
The racist shit.
Yeah.
So it's like something in that organization is just really fucked. You know
right.
I mean?
Right.
So, you know, I mean, that's just bizarre though. Like,
so
I don't know what to, you know.
Is it so? Okay. So to kind of bring it back, is Kawhi Leonard someone who would be in your personal Mount Rushmore of NBA players that you've seen? Is that the kind of Mount Rushmore?
Are we doing current? Yeah, if we do current, I wasn't gonna do current, but I didn't know if you wanted to do current.
No, I thought that's how it was originally. I read it.
Well, I did
both just in case.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, I'm gonna throw a loophole in because I have a couple round shorts.
All right, give it to me.
I was gonna say all time and then my personal, but I can do current as well.
Let's do all time and then personal.
All right, so all time, I got Jordan, Magic, Bird, Russell.
Okay.
And like the Russell one, I only throw in there because all the championships.
Magic, Bird, and Russell. Okay, but so break why
Jordan,
I would
Magic, Bird, Russell.
I would say Bird is someone that probably wouldn't be in the most people's. Why do you think?
Yeah, he's a killer, dude. Mm-hmm. I mean, just look what he fucking did, dude. I mean, those teams were obviously loaded, right? But to do the shit talking he did and have that dog in him, and just the way he carried himself, and like just how he was so good at shooting, everything. He was so well rounded.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just appreciate that as a white man, I guess, right? Like it's like, oh, we got this guy, dude. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, you know.
Sure,
So it's just like I don't know, man. Just watching all the stories and hearing all the stories about Bird and stuff like that, it's crazy to like see it all, and just like watching clips and highlights, you're like, oh, he did back it up.
His story is dope. His story is dope.
It's amazing. Yeah, I think that's why it just resonates.
All that hick from French Lick stuff. That's it's a dope legend.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, and then Russell rounds out the fourth spot.
Yeah.
Over here.
So Russell, like, you know, I could throw in Shaq, Kareem, Wilt, or whatever. Like any of those will interchange, but I just put Russell in there because all the championships. And one year he was coaching and playing, wasn't he? I believe, to win the
Probably. They did that back then. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, it's some crazy shit. So I'm just basing Russell off the championships.
Okay. You know, that's fair. 11.
Just to throw him in there as a loophole, you know. And Magic, obviously, just the way he played and just what he did, all the iconic moments he has. And then Jordan, obviously, you know.
Right.
The GOAT.
Number one.
GOAT. Yeah. So, I mean, the face of everything, you know, culture, everything. So.
Right. Okay.
I like my Jordans today, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, do you have your all-time list?
I have an all-time list. Okay. It's similar to yours. A couple different. Yeah, I'd say a couple differences. Jordan, LeBron.
Okay.
Kareem.
I knew the LeBron was coming.
And Magic. Yeah. And I'd say, mind you, I'm a Jordan guy as well. As far as who's the greatest of all time, but I got to give it to LeBron when it comes to like the longevity and the stats, and just a 20 plus year period of averaging the numbers that he's been averaging. It's pretty like unheard of. Like even this year, he's having a bad year.
Yeah, he's still averaging like almost triple double. Yeah,
he's having a really good year. You know, like it's.
I agree.
It's for the most part inefficient, and he missed a big portion of the beginning of the season. But like, damn, dude, like now that he's got his legs back, like he's pretty much there. Like you could tell he's down.
Well, you saw that dunk he tried, and he did a layup, and it just airballed it.
You'll get some of that.
So crazy stat about who has the most airballs in NBA history. is LeBron James in free throws. He has the most airballed free throws in NBA history.
Right.
Which is that sticks out. I don't know, just these little stats that he has. So with me with the LeBron thing is he is the most consistent player of all time, hands down the most consistent player.
Right. Consistently
and so,
like good.
Yeah, consistently good.
Okay.
The best player on his team, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Averaging whatever. But I think all said and done, I think Jokic will hold that category when he retires, because Jokic is like just goes out there. The guys you thought he's not doing anything, and then you look up and he was like 49, 15, and 6.
The only
and like 9 or whatever. You're like, what the fuck?
Right.
So,
I'd say the only thing that would hold back someone like a Joker is just he just didn't start playing like this as young as LeBron. So he probably is gonna if he would have, I mean, depending on how long he plays, he might play till he's 40 plus also. Who knows? He can, I'm sure, with the way he plays.
Yeah,
but
I mean, he has no elevation, dude. He's playing that old
right.
school,
I could see someone like Luka getting really close to points, rebounds, assists, just because he's been so good as a rookie and he came in fairly young, been keeping that tempo for how long now. So I mean, if there's a young player that can do that, for sure.
That's why I say, like, I'm not a Laker fan, but like I'm waiting for LeBron to leave the Lakers for me to like cheer for the Lakers, because I really like Luka a lot. Like Luka is someone I really like.
Right.
But now it's like, dude, you got this dog in Dallas, dude, that's a rookie. You got these dogs
Cooper.
coming in.
Sure.
You got these dogs coming in where I'm like, all right, like, so I'm more of like, like shit.
So you're kind of more attracted to the style of player,
I guess,
right?
But even then, the dude on the Hornets, Kneppel, the guy that's like leading in the rookie of the year votes, that guy's balling too. So it's like there's a bunch of rookies coming out. Even this year coming out in this draft, there's so many guys.
This year's going to be great.
It's insane how the talent level that's in here. It's insane.
Just a little foreshadowing that might play a part on the direction I would take the Lakers if I were to rebuild.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So my next Mount Rushmore that I'm going to give you is my personal one that I grew up with. The ones
you had to have watched them.
I watched them thoroughly and was like invested heavily into these guys.
Not Wizards Jordan.
No.
Right. That would have been more our we watched Wizards Jordan.
Well, I did watch Wizards Jordan, but the whole thing with the whole Wizards Jordan was I only watched him when he was in the All-Star game, really, at that point.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like more invested in like Iris and Kobe or whoever it may be.
Sure,
Time T-Mac, stuff like that, Vince Carter, whoever it may be, right? Next up.
Right.
So I was like, oh, he's old, he's retiring. I don't know much. I remember seeing him first glimpse in the finals, hitting that buzzer beater.
Okay.
Which is crazy. My first experience with Jordan. But, So my personal one growing up would be Kobe, Shaq, Iverson, Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace is such a twist right there. That's a good. What is it about Ben Wallace that
Ben Wallace
you love so much?
Is a fucking monster, dude. When in like middle school, high school, I just remember modeling my game because I was so much taller than everyone at the time.
Yeah.
Back then it's probably like nothing now.
And he's like the shortest center.
Yeah, he's 6'9". I mean, he's 6'9". So that was the whole thing. It was like I was tall in like these little basketball leagues I was playing in. And my coach would just be like, all right, just, you need to block shots and get rebounds, right?
Yeah.
So
who else to watch?
As a kid, I'm like, all right, who's doing that in the league right now? That's just, specializing in that because there was no Rodman at the time.
Right.
So I was like, I got really grown to like Ben Wallace. And I just really loved how the Pistons played at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, they were fun. Like, Rip Hamilton run off the screens. And I just Ben Wallace and his like throw, dude, it just connected with me.
You ever wonder how that era would have been if they just would have drafted Melo instead of Darko?
Dude. Darko, man. Yeah.
Could you imagine? They could have done it. They were right there.
I know, which is crazy, but Darko, man.
Yeah. Anywho, okay.
They still got one though.
They did. I think that was right off of. Didn't they just win that championship and then the following draft they could have had Darko, or was it vice versa?
Yeah. It was something like that. Yeah.
They were so close to that timeline.
04, they won the championship. It was a year before where they took Darko, I thought, right?
So they would have drafted Melo and then went on to win a championship with Melo.
So, yeah. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened. Because I mean, that's my whole thing. Like that final series, I was just like, I know Shaq was like not invested in it at all.
He was super out of shape. The team was dysfunctional. They were fighting.
Ben Wallace just fucking locked his ass down. They were running circles on him.
And Rashid.
Yeah,
that changed the whole trajectory of that season.
You had the Wallace twins there, dude. Just like I just like the the gritty mentality that they had,
Is there a team today that you kind of admire the way that you look at old school?
Give me the Pistons, bro. I'll say it again.
It's the
Give me
Pistons again.
dude. Yeah.
That's fair.
I love me some Cade Cunningham. No homo. But,
I thought you were about to say Isaiah Stewart or something.
I like Isaiah Stewart, but I like Durant. I like the way Cade plays. Even when I was watching his AAU mixtapes.
Yeah,
I was like, I like this guy, dude. He's got a really smooth game. Like,
this is Cade you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Cade.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Sure,
I really like his game. Yeah.
Cade is blossomed. He's reached potential for sure. There was a little period there where couple years,
it was coach. It was the scheme you're running.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of stuff going on. But he figured out who he was. So
that's good to see. You got them coming out the East?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Jaylen Brown's looking nice right now.
Oh, you got Boston coming out the East.
Boston, yeah. I mean, if we're going by that Phil Jackson rule of like the 40, if you win 40 games and you don't have 20 losses yet, you're a title contender. We're only looking at the Pistons and OKC, really, and the Cavs are kind of nice too. So it might be a Pistons OKC finals, which is a prediction, maybe.
Sure. Hey, I don't know. That's fair.
I don't know.
My only reservation with Boston is I'm sure they're about to get Tatum any day now.
Yeah.
How does that throw off the dynamics with the team that's rolling?
I fucking hate Tatum, honestly.
Hate Tatum?
I don't like Tatum at all. I said I don't hate him. I just saying
what's wrong with this game? He has a smooth game.
Just pull up the tape. Pull up the tape of this guy.
He's got a great old-fashioned turnaround midi, and
this guy is biting styles left and right.
Oh my
bro. This guy is a style biter, dude. When he won the championship, how many times did he quote freaking Garnett? Like, anything is possible. He's doing the Kobe pose.
Yeah.
He's like, just quoting all. It's like, dude, be yourself, man.
He's giving paying his respects. He's paying.
He's the most cringe player of all time to me. Like, almost.
Wow.
Yeah. Minus Adam Morrison's mustache, but holy shit, dude.
He got a ring. He got a couple of rings.
He did, yeah. So good for him, Oh shit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So just really quick, recap your personals.
Growing up. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go. Yeah. Kobe, Shaq, Iverson, Ben Wallace.
Okay. I'm gonna keep Kobe, Shaq. I'm gonna put T-Mac in there.
I was gonna say I almost took Shaq out and put T-Mac. Honestly.
Yeah, T-Mac was up there. He was always like, if I wasn't a Laker fan, I'm a big T-Mac guy.
T-Mac was he was a monster, man. Once he went to Houston, right?
And then I remember watching a lot of KG's post moves and Tim Duncan's post moves.
I was gonna say Tim Duncan and KG totally justified.
KG's flair, obviously, like. How could you not like watching that Minnesota with Sam Cassell and the Sprewell, like that level?
They had Marbury there for a minute too, right?
Early on, yeah.
Yeah, early on, yeah.
MVP.
Before he became Starberry.
That MVP Kevin Garnett year was like insane.
I agree.
Insane.
He was. I agree.
And then Tim Duncan has just always been that. If you want to learn how to play in the post and figure out how to get shots off, that's the guy, and being a big man, that was a studying. But honestly, who my favorite power forward was, like, that I'd watched that wasn't in that group, because I think it was, I'd probably add like Chris Webber and that, and then Dirk, right? Those four were probably dominating. I always loved Rashid, and
I like Rashid.
He took threes, and he was just kind of like in your face also, and he had the stats too, just didn't get the same spotlight, I guess. But that was always a sleeper player that I was just like, if I had 2K or not live, I always like playing with Rashid also.
That was with me, Rashid or like Amari Stoudemire. I feel
Stoudemire,
he was him and Nash. Those crazy.
Those are fun teams as well.
Fun days. Yeah.
So, okay, so Kobe, Shaq, T-Mac, and I'll just stick with KG. That's
See, I wasn't to throw in a cliche one, but I had to throw in one of my personal favorites that's not recognized enough. That's why I threw
for sure. For sure.
And Iverson, of course, just because he's iconic. You know what I
mean? Yeah, he dominated the 2000s as far as like everyone wanted the braids and the armband and the.
He was the reason. Like growing up, I was playing basketball, where he's like, when I would walk to school, I'd just dribble the ball. So I started doing that.
Yeah.
I get better at ball handling, and then. Needless enough, I would walk to school, but it's like a dirt road, so I'm dribbling and I'm hitting rocks and it's bouncing in the street, so I stopped doing that. But, is what it is, dude. It's what it is. You know what I mean? You only do so much.
Right. Okay. So did you want to do the duos? Is that what you have?
Let's go with let's do another Mount Rushmore, but current players.
Okay, today's players. All right, how about this? How about this?
Yeah.
Let's build our Mount Rushmore pick by pick. We can't choose each other's player.
Okay.
Right? So I'll let you go first. First pick, almost like fantasy draft wise.
Give me Wemby. I'm taking Wemby.
When Wemby's in your so defend your reasoning, because obviously he's not yet the best player in the league.
He's not, but I'm just taking him off potential value, right?
You think
This
legacy
guy,
at the end of the day, his legacy is going to surpass?
I on it. The dark horse for me, the Spurs win championship this year. That's very possible.
It's possible for sure. Yeah. I think they're a year away.
And I love his mentality, man. He's not one of these. He's not these guys that are like, oh, he was the one that's like, oh, we're playing this all-star game. I'm gonna fucking dunk on your ass. You know what I mean? And so the player was like, oh shit. So Wemby started that trend again, where it's like, hey, we're playing, bro. But fuck you guys.
The only problem is they got eliminated first.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. You know what I mean? It's not his fault.
Yeah,
it's
probably my next draft pick. It's their fault. They were lazy as fuck during the game, and I would go with Joker.
Yeah, you would take Joker.
Yeah, I am forever gonna be traumatized at the last couple years of the Lakers trying to get past this form of Denver, and the fact that he never missed any goddamn shot, and Michael Porter never missed a shot, and Bruce Brown became this Hall of Famer, and Jamal Murray became Steph Curry. Like,
what a fall off of Jamal Murray though. Just Jesus, man. Like, I hope he gets back to what he was doing. But yeah, that bubble year, I just feel like he kind of popped off. And I was like, all right, he's gonna be something.
Dude, that bubble year versus Donovan Mitchell, the Nuggets Jazz series, that was epic.
It was super fun.
Dude, come on, that's elite. That's elite level of basketball right there. Like. That bubble, I mean, maybe because there was really nothing else to watch. So, you looked forward to these things so heavily. Yeah. Well, I remember them cherishing each. Maybe that's more, but I remember the games being so good,
Yep. Yeah, there used to be,
Okay, so my pick is Joker.
Okay, so I'm taking Anthony Edwards. My next pick.
That's
his personality, dude. He's a good dude, man. Like, if you see the videos where he's interacting with fans, dude, the guy just has passion for the game.
Yeah, right? he's definitely a character for sure. And he seems like a fun guy.
He was a football player coming out of high school, so it's like he just picked up the basketball.
I can see that.
I feel like he's not even at his full potential. You know what I mean? Like it's just the ceiling. You know what I mean? And it's just his game embodies everything that I love about basketball growing up. It's like the Jordan and the Kobe era. Like it's just he takes all that and he's a dog and he's funny as fuck.
You saw what he said on his interview the other day when
which one? Yeah.
The coach wanted him to pass it up at the end of the game.
He's like, I'm fucking passing it. Yeah, fuck that.
They got me on the floor to shoot. That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sign me up for some Ant, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my guy. He's my favorite player currently in the NBA to watch.
That's fair. That's a good one. I feel like that's a pretty common thing.
If you just watch
that's a good one.
Just like slow-mo clips, the NBA post of him just dribbling like in ISO and just like what he can do. It's like poetry in motion to me. I'm just like, oh, that's so good.
Okay, so would that pretty much mean he's the best American player right now?
I mean, he's my favorite, so I'm gonna be biased. Yeah, I would say.
Well, with that bias aside, if you were to just analytically look at it, do you think he's the best American?
Because all these players like French now and stuff, so it's like I can't be like, oh, is like this guy American or not? Because like Cade's American, right?
He is.
Like I don't know.
He is. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to look this up. We gotta look this up real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So Tatum, Jaylen Brown, KD, Curry, Cade, Zion. They're all American. Yeah, give me Ant. Yeah, I think he's the best American player.
Okay.
I love KD and Curry though. I mean, it's hard to contest, and I feel like Cade is playing out of his mind as well.
Well, we're talking today. So Curry's a 36-year-old, whatever. So I would take Ant if I were.
Yeah, I would take Ant. I'd take Ant over Tatum.
I mean,
because of the personality wise.
I would take Ant over Tatum too.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown's been playing good though.
He's been playing.
I love his game.
I just don't think it's gonna stay at this tempo once Tatum gets back. He has to share.
Yeah, that's my only thing with them is like I like Jaylen Brown a lot, but the whole Tatum thing bogs the whole Celtics
It's going to.
whatever they got going on there down. So I'm just like I want Brown to do good, but I'm like I don't give a fuck about Tatum.
And
You know?
it's going, and we're past All-Star break. We're into March, and inserting a big piece to the team like this going into the playoffs, that's a risk.
Yeah.
But
All right, who's your next pick?
I guess I would go with Shea.
Okay.
Yeah, Shea's pretty elite. I like his mid-range game, and as much as it's a pain in the ass to watch his foul baiting, that guy's pretty elite with what he can do with getting to the line.
How about the haul the Thunder made on that trade though to get him?
Oh, that's one of the
that
worst trades of all time.
Worst trade ever, besides my Deshaun Watson trade with the Browns. But goddamn,
I love the demise of the Clippers. The way the whole thing played out.
They're cursed, man. They're cursed. You get Paul George right, and you think he's gonna be this guy, but dude, that guy, he got into podcasting too much, I guess. But
right, yeah, he's a much better podcaster now. But
yeah, I still like him a lot, man. But
old PG-13.
The Pacers, on Chris Anderson.
Even the Thunder, he had a crazy bag around that time. He was fun. Like the amount of young players, like these rookies, sophomores, and up and coming. When they ask them who are the player, like who's your favorite player of all time, they're always saying PG.
Yeah, I know that, which is crazy.
Right. So it's kind of like, I mean, respects to PG. I mean, obviously, when he's a Clipper, I can't root for that, but great player.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you got next?
Give me Giannis.
Giannis.
Yeah, give me Giannis, dude. I I wasn't gonna take him last, but I was like, I gotta take Ant. But I thought you would take Giannis now, but you took Shea.
No, yeah.
So
I like Giannis.
Give me my 3 dogs, bro. Like I need some fucking big chain leashes for these motherfuckers. You know
right.
I mean?
That's
Giannis
fair.
Is the current day Shaq. You know what I mean? Like it's just
I can see that.
Crazy.
I can see that. I can
definitely
see
give me Giannis all day. Like he's one of my favorite players to watch as well. He's the Greek freak. He's the Greek freak, man. Like you play with him in 2K now, it's insane.
It's not fair.
The shit you could do with this guy, dude.
It's everything, pretty much.
It shouldn't even be real. Now he's trying to shoot threes and shit. It's like, what the hell's going on? Yeah.
Okay.
Bizarre. All right, give me your next guy.
I guess I'd have to stay with the home team and go with Luka.
Okay, I like that.
I'd comfortably see Luka's around that top 5, and some of the guys you have would be in my top 5. So
I like Luka's bag a lot.
I like him a lot. I'm a little just concerned with the amount of, I don't know. He's easily distracted on the court. Like he gets so upset and so frustrated, and he's already a bad defender as it is. And then you want to throw him on top.
It's like the LeBron mentality, I would say.
The antics, it's. People are starting to have conversations whether what's his name, Nico Harris was right.
Honestly, yeah. Like, and on top of that, it's like the only reason I don't have Luka in my top 5 is like this guy doesn't play defense worth the dog dick.
Anything.
He doesn't play anything. And it's like, dude, like if you need to stop, bro, like give me something. Like I'm sure there's analytics out there showing that he gets steals and averages this and whatnot. And he's like a lockdown defender, but
his mistakes are loud.
The eye test that I see as a casual fan, or hardcore fan, it's like, bro, get back on the fucking defense, bro. Like play some fucking defense.
It's true.
Like, and don't complain about, oh, you pushed me, or like, oh, I got fouled in the last possession, so I'm gonna stand down here for like 10 seconds, hold my arms up in the air.
Work the ref, and it doesn't do shit, but put us at a disadvantage.
It's just, it's some crazy stuff.
Okay, so who would you bring as your last?
My last one.
New age.
New age guys, huh? Trying to think. So I have Wemby and Giannis, right? So I need one more. So I'm making 4. Give me give me, you know what? Give me Jalen Brunson. I like Jalen
Brunson. Okay. Brunson's fun.
I wasn't gonna go Cade, but give me Jade.
I thought you were gonna go with Brown. I thought you would go Jalen Brown.
No, give me Brunson. I just appreciate his game a lot. I don't know, for some reason it just
he has a fun game.
For a small guy, like, dude, well, he's not small. I think he's my height, like 6'3", 6'4".
NBA small.
Yeah, NBA small, right? But dude, I appreciate his game a lot. He's fun to watch, and he's carrying that Knicks team. You know what I mean?
So. Right. I think I would go with Cade at this last spot.
Yeah. I
person.
agree with that.
And mind
Yeah.
you, I still think next year he's going to be even better. I think that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
kind of what he'll be.
Yeah.
But what he's doing with Detroit
Yep.
and how well rounded his game is, he's an American player that will defend. He can
Yeah.
shoot. He can pretty much do everything. Rebound, set people up. I think he's
Yeah, like
is he
tonight,
leading
like,
in assists? Do you
yeah,
think?
yeah, like, dude, I have him on my fantasy team. It's like tonight, I like look down. It's like, oh yes, he reached 12 assists already. I'm like, holy
Right.
shit!
Yeah.
It's like
If
out
he's
of
not
nowhere, the
leading, he's
guy's
up there for sure with
his
assists.
game is just so it's like Penny Hardaway, man. It's like he drives
Yeah.
in, kicks it out, and it's just the way they run the offense is just really fun.
Yeah. So I think that would be a comfortable fourth person of my
Like
current.
this is the most excited I've been about NBA in the past like probably like 10 years, to be honest. The way the
Wow.
direction of the league is going.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the last 10 years I've been like, I'm like whatever. Like the LeBron
Right.
years bore me, like yawn. Kobe's on the league no more,
Right.
But now I'm just like, dude, like I'm really like, I appreciated Curry watching him play that 1 year. That's when I kind of like started paying attention more. But
Yeah.
now it's like, dude, like these guys just, they're fun to watch.
I can agree.
As a fan, it's like, holy shit, So
Okay. That's fair. Okay. Did you want to do the duos, or are you trying to fix the Lakers? What would you rather tackle on next?
whatever you want, we can do both, dude. I don't really care. I mean,
Okay. I'd say let's quickly give our the best, I guess, our opinion of the best duo.
We'll just do like a top three. We'll
Sure.
keep it simple. That's why it's not that long.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll have you go with your first, and I'll do my first. We'll
Okay.
just piggyback off each other.
Keep it easy. Most dominant, Shaq and Kobe.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think
Batman and Superman, right?
I feel like it'd be hard to create a combo that would be able to beat them. I mean,
Yeah.
I have one in mind that can have a chance, but we'll see if you pick them.
Yeah.
You want me to just name off three, or you want to back and forth it?
Yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, let's back and forth it because I don't know your next one.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
I'm curious to see. So I'm going Jordan and Pippen probably.
Okay.
Number one, right?
Yeah.
So that's
And just to set context, are you considering more so the collection of their accomplishments, or would you say like in a 2v2 who?
I'm saying their whole career together. Dude.
Okay, accomplishments. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Dream Team, what they did to those teams. Like people talk shit that those guys can't play, or whatever. Like, oh, there's a bunch of bums. But dude, Jordan and like Pippen had vendettas with guys talking shit, and it's like, look what they bodied them. They bodied them, dude. You know what I mean? Right. It's like.
That's
so
fair.
my whole argument is like if with your Shaq and Kobe, if they were playing twos, right?
Yeah.
My whole thing is you could double Shaq in the post, and at that time when Shaq or Kobe was playing with the Shaq, I don't think Kobe's hitting a lot of those shots. So it's like you could double Shaq in the post. I mean, I'm not discrediting because I'm a Kobe guy.
All right.
But then in my mind, I'm like, they could double him. I feel like they can figure something out.
Well, I guess the only argument is
no one's guarding Shaq. I mean that's just the fucking thing.
I'm sure you remember back then, like even double teams were having what he was doing in Sacramento with, how many guys they had to drape on him.
Pushes the guy, yeah. Dude.
So it's kind of like
it wasn't even like fair, man.
Yeah, that's what
changed the game with rules. It's like
and
you
if
hack a Shaq, dude. Like,
and then people forget the as far as when they compare the 24 Kobe and 8, their stats are pretty close together, like totals wise, So I mean, Froby had his stats too,
Yeah.
I would pick Magic Kareem next. So far in all Laker.
Would that be the duo you contest with Shaq and Kobe?
No, it wouldn't. If it was a 2v2, no.
Was it Jordan Pippen? Okay, we'll get it at the end.
Yeah, if you don't pick them next.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah, if they're not your next, they'll be my last.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I might have the same thing because now I have one that I'm thinking of, but I don't want to like.
No, do it.
I'm gonna go Shaq and Kobe as my number 2 for sure.
Okay, they'd be your number 2. Okay,
they'd be my number 2 hands down.
Okay,
and then let me do my 3 because I don't know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna do my 3 before you do your 3.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go T-Mac, Yao Ming.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Just a random one.
That's a good one though.
There's other ones out there that I could throw in like some shit, but yeah.
I'd say Yao and T-Mac are about as capable as the duo that I think would give Shaq and Kobe a run.
Yeah, because I remember like Shaq would always say like Yao Ming would piss him off because he's so tall.
Right.
gonna block his shot or do anything, you know.
Yeah, and he was strong too. He was a big guy.
Yeah, dude, yeah, probably 7'6", man.
Okay. My third, and who I would think, accomplishment wise,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they have a whole lot as a duo, but as a career, in their career, they have a lot. But I think if you put Curry and KD against Shaq and Kobe, I think you have a really strong chance to beat them, you know.
Yeah, no, I
KD's 7 foot.
I mean, I made a big ass list of duos, dude. So
he's at least 7 foot. And the amount of threes they're gonna make. I mean, you're gonna have to rely on Kobe making all those threes by himself because Shaq's not doing it.
Yeah, Shaq's not making those at all.
So I mean, whether their accomplishments as a duo disqualifies them or not, it only was like what, 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But they were a pretty strong duo, and pretty much no one was going to beat them as long as they were healthy.
Do you think Pierce and Garnett could attest to the Shaq and Kobe thing?
They have a chance. I would think, in age-wise, the Yao and T-Mac would have a better chance than Pierce. And
So I have
KG.
I have a huge list. I'm gonna want to randomly name off right now because I made a big list going into this, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of went like by eras a little bit. But,
okay.
So I'm just gonna name off a couple duos that like over time that I'm like, all right, this kind of stands out to me, right?
Yeah.
Kareem, Oscar Robinson.
Awesome.
Wilt, Jerry West, right? Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Jordan Pippen, Bill Russell, Bob Cousy.
Okay.
Bird and McHale, and then obviously Magic, Kareem, Stockton, Malone, actually.
That's a fire one.
And then I was like Kobe and Shaq and everyone Shaq played with pretty much. Because whoever was the second, it was like Shaq was done.
I got one that we got to add.
Yeah, I don't go. I'm going to keep going right now.
Okay, go.
Baby Weber, right?
Bibby. Bibby. I think you said baby. I said
no, not Baby Weber. No.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Baby Weber, right? And then you have David Robinson, Tim Duncan.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The Twin Towers. And then even Duncan, Tony Parker, I feel like was pretty good.
Okay.
LeBron and Wade, pretty nasty.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then Dirk and Nash when they were together.
Fun.
And then I was like Nash, anyone he played with on the Suns, pretty much.
Insert name.
Westbrook, KD, and then I would say Steph or Clay or Steph and KD.
Okay, I have to add this one then.
Yeah, say it.
Maybe you said I didn't catch it. Peyton and Kemp.
Oh yeah, I said. Oh, I skipped that one actually.
Oh, but you had it.
I have it on my list. It's on my list.
Okay, I didn't hear it, but that was one that I remember back in the day being like those two together.
They were fun. Yeah.
What was that? NBA Jam.
Yep, NBA Jam.
That was a good one to pick back in the day for sure.
Yeah, so many good duos over.
Okay. All right, your GM.
Yep.
Upcoming year for the Lakers 2027. You're gonna take over the team as of this All-Star. So from here on out, going into the summer, and then till the end of I say let's just do the trade deadline. Next year's trade deadline. What would you do in order to rebuild, retool, bring the Lakers back?
Bring the Lakers
back. The championship
form.
All
right, so I have the contracts pulled up here on this website, right?
Nice.
It's a Sport Track.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I have this pulled up right here. So we're looking at the contracts, right? So we have Luka locked in, right? He's going to be there. He's obviously the face of the franchise.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, right? LeBron, he declined his player option. Right? He did. So he's going to be free. He's gone. So I'm letting LeBron walk. Bye, LeBron.
You wouldn't try to.
If I could have traded you because your contract fucking sucks and you're an asshole for taking all that money this year, I would have traded your ass at the deadline.
Damn.
You know what I mean? That's just me. I'm sorry, your time has passed.
So how much does that free up the Lakers? So, how much money is leaving with LeBron out?
Well, that's like what, 52 million, right?
52 million now.
Yeah, something right there, right? You're opened up. So now you have Reeves who he declined his player option.
He did,
right? Because they offered him 4 years at 89 mil, right?
Yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sign him long term. But if he denies it, it is what it is, right? So
you would have to outbid everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, let me ask you this: Is he a max player?
No, he's not. I'm not paying max money for him.
Okay.
Like, no offense. Like if
somebody will.
Do that, yeah. Well.
Do you think somebody will?
People are dumb these days, man. These GMs be playing some stupid shit. Have you seen all those players getting max contracts? And I'm like, this guy's not a max guy, dude. Like Fred VanVleet, prime example. Dude, he left the Raptors, right?
Yeah.
Did he get a max? I don't know if he got a max deal, but he got paid.
He got pretty close to it.
He's consistent. I like Fred. No discredit to VanVleet, but like,
yeah.
come on, like,
The NBA started making teams when they have like, they're not letting NBA teams just save money anymore. They have to spend it. So what they're doing is like, they'll give Fred VanVleet a 1 year, 42 mil.
Yeah.
Just so that they keep a player they like.
Give me old Drew Holiday over VanVleet all day, man.
That's fair.
I'll pay, however much for Drew Holiday over VanVleet. No offense, but that's
36 something or 30 something million per year.
Yeah, consistent.
Drew Holiday's making.
Yeah, consistent, man.
Okay, so
we're pretty much wiping the roster pretty much. So
Reeves as well then.
No, well, if I try to offer Reeves, he say he denies, right? We're either gonna see who bids for him and see what the price is, and maybe we'll outbid them. But
you wouldn't match if it's a max though.
No, I'm not.
Okay, okay, that's fair.
No offense. And I'm doing and prior to going into this, I'm looking at the roster, right? So it's like the longest contracts we have, like, so LeBron's gonna walk, so obviously his little semen demon is going with him. So he can go wherever he wants to go. Whatever team drafts, Bryce.
You can stay in the South Bay Lakers. That's fine. You can be in the G League. That's fine.
Yeah, but he's signed to a 4-year contract, Bronny James.
Dude,
so
everyone. That's part of why everyone was pissed about it.
Guaranteed money. So
Dude.
it's like, yeah, I'm trading your ass. I don't even care if it's a bag of fucking Lay's potato chips. I don't even like Lay's. Okay. So Connect, we got right. He's exercised. He declined actually.
Yeah,
so
he's gonna be a free agent now.
So he's we're pretty much wiping the roster. We're rebuilding this thing.
So no
we need
Rui.
to land. We're going for fucking Lakers are the big dogs, right? They're always go after the best player, right? Who's the most comparable thing we have to Shaq in today's game? Right?
Oh my god! Wait, okay,
go ahead.
What
are we doing? So
it's Giannis, right?
No, these are the two options we're going with, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're either going after Giannis or we're going after Joker. Those are the only two moves you make.
How do you package? What's your package to get Joker?
Well,
or Giannis. I guess more realistic is Giannis, but
Joker has like 2 years left on his deal, right?
Yeah,
something like they both have 2 years left on their deal, something like that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if anything,
after this year, they'll be a free agent next summer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we're leading up into next year, right? So we're preparing for next year. So pretty much, we get like this year, like the end of this year into next year, we can just kind of build a bullshit roster, right? Because we're preparing to land these guys. We're gonna package them, right?
Okay.
So we're pretty much being patient.
What's the package you put together? What do you offer? What's your offer look like?
For
Giannis, we'll start with Giannis.
Well, okay. So if we do Giannis, right? LeBron's going; he's not going to be there. Everyone's pretty much a free agent. There's Kennard.
Well, what I was thinking is
Hachimura. I'm getting rid of Hachimura.
He's walking.
Sorry.
He's gonna walk. Unless he takes less, he's gonna walk.
Says he has 3 years. Oh, I guess he can walk this year. So everyone's be free agents. So we're gonna have to work free agency. I don't even know who's gonna be free agent this year. But
I have a couple names that I have my eye on that I think the Lakers can snag.
Yeah. So you think are potential
options
guys
for us?
That are, okay.
You want me to?
Yeah.
So,
because I'm not aware of who it is. So.
Right. The Thunder we need to look at. The Thunder are about to pay Chet, and they're going to be approaching
Williams, right?
They already paid his max.
Okay.
Shea's on a max.
Okay.
And they're about to pay Chet a max, right? Assuming he's a max.
Yeah, you would think.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
But Hartenstein is on a team option this upcoming summer for $30 million per year. If you offer Chet the max, you're already going to be over that first apron, and you're not going to be able to, like, the penalties to go into the second apron, or people are avoiding that nowadays. They're avoiding trades. I'm sure you've heard. So Hartenstein is totally in play for his contract to be denied $30 million this summer from the Thunder, as well as Lou Dort. Yeah. So Lou Dort isn't going to be making $30 million. I think he could be in play for like that 17 to 20 million, somewhere in that option to be a team option. But like I said, if they're going to be paying Chet, along with some of the other fringe guys they already have on the roster, making a couple extra millions, like Kason Wallace, stuff like that.
Yeah. They just keep finding guys, dude. It's
I
like
don't see how they can, and they may have a high draft pick this year thanks to the
yeah,
Clippers.
they might end up with AJ. Dude,
So
it's like fuck, like
I can see a world where
they're gonna run the league the next 10 years.
yeah, definitely.
Like,
I can see
honestly,
a world where they let Lou Dort walk, they let Hartenstein walk. Those are two players. If I'm I'm not going big game hunting. If I'm the Lakers, I'm building more.
not this obviously. You're building trade packages, like fundamental pieces that maybe you could build a team around.
Yeah,
the guys you're reaching for in free agency next year.
Right. I'm almost doing like a Dallas version. Like I want long wings, I want rebounders, finishers, and I want people who can shoot. So 3-and-D guys.
Yeah.
Lou Dort, I'm targeting. And then I'm getting Ayton out of here. I think he has a player option though, so he might.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other people are gonna want him.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, I think Miles Turner's a free agent after this year. I think you bring Miles Turner. Bring Miles Turner. You need the defense. You need a 3-and-D guy. That's fair. That's what you want. That's perfect. It's perfect situation.
Whoever's the better contract out of Hartenstein and Turner, I for sure consider. Yeah. And then, I don't want to cut you off. To further go. I don't know if you have more.
No. Keep going because I'm not
okay
with the whole awareness of like some free agents. I'm not really sure for this year. I just knew like Giannis and Joker were like the big ones.
And
that are like,
before I even get into the Hartenstein and Lou Dort, that would be like kind of like B. My A, I'm gonna try to throw the max at Jalen Duren. He's gonna be he denied his contract last summer, or the Pistons didn't want to offer him a max, and now look, he's a max level center now.
He's a dog, dude.
And he doesn't have any restrictions. He's just a unrestricted free agent. He can take less money if he wants to just play with Luka for fun. So if there's anybody that I'm like, as soon as day one free agency, or you know how they even start like a week or so ahead, I'm in Duren's ear being like, hey, you want to catch lobs all day from Luka?
Yeah.
Be our 100%. Center for the foreseeable future.
You're signing him. Yeah.
You'll get a 4-year max with us instead of a 5 with the Pistons, but depending on the Bombers.
But you're in the market. You're in the market.
And you're with the best table setter potentially. I mean, not to say Cade's great too, right? I mean, Cade's up there too. But I mean, with Luka, pretty much you saw what he did with Lively, making Gafford like an actual NBA like starting center.
Well, here's my only thing with that is like Duren's he's balling out, but like take Cade away from the situation, we don't know what we're gonna get. It's a question mark. So me paying him to justify the max is kind of like, like I need to see one more year. Right. Like I agree, he's one of the best like centers in the game right now.
Yeah.
But like me is like I just need to see a little bit more. When like Cade's not in there, drawing all the attention.
Do you think Detroit offers him the max?
Oh, probably, because I think they like the way the team's being built right now.
Right.
Those are your two franchise guys that are holding it down.
Right.
Night in, night out. But
so I guess my thought. Okay, so my thought process is if he's only this great because he has Cade, well then I think he'll be. Nothing should really change if you're with Luka. Nothing should really change.
I agree. No, I agree.
And what was I gonna say? And caveat is if I can't get him, there's still other guys like I said, Hartenstein, maybe Kessler, Walker Kessler. That's another option this summer. I'm sure the Jazz are gonna offer him a lot, but they're also stuck too because now they got Jaren Jackson.
Yeah,
they already have Lauri Markkanen on a huge fucking contract, but then this summer I think they also got to pay who's the guard that they have their
Williams?
Star guard. No, he's Keontae George.
Oh yeah, Keontae George.
He's gonna get a big contract too, right? He was he was a fringe all-star this year.
Yeah. He was nice.
They're not gonna let him walk, so I think Kessler's on the table too. So you target Duren. You try to get Kessler, and then you land on Hartenstein if you need to.
Yeah.
But so those are on the board. Ideally, Lou Dort. Ideally, and then the rest of this season, I'm trying to lose as many games as possible so that I can get in position to get in this lottery. and we
What,
need
this year or
this year. I want to be in the lottery this year because I heard the following year's draft is pretty bad.
Well, yeah. Well, so currently the lottery standings right now are Sacramento. It goes Sacramento, Brooklyn, Indiana, Washington, Utah, New Orleans.
Right.
But I think that pick might go to Atlanta. It looks like, and then Dallas, Memphis, Chicago, Milwaukee, Portland, Clippers, Atlanta, Charlotte.
I think this draft is going to be deep enough that even if you're in the top 10 to
Lakers are sitting at
12.
21 right now with the draft odds. So
right,
you know, you're out of the lottery. You know,
we're currently out of the lottery, but I
could fall in.
I would start losing.
You're about 6 games out of the lottery, right?
That's pretty good. I mean, that's assuming, you know, other teams.
Do you try to make a play for John Morant? You think you bring him in? Yeah, you think he's done?
I would only take John Morant if I was a team like the Heat who need a point guard or
okay.
Yeah, because he's a ball dominant, athletic, doesn't really defend that great.
Doesn't shoot.
Can't shoot.
Yeah. He can shoot a little bit. Yeah.
But like those guys are kind of falling out the league right now.
I'm gonna throw one in for you too, because I think honestly he's a free agent after this year. I think Lakers should go into the Pablo Banchero route, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Because I think he's big time, bro.
He'd be great.
I'm big on him. That's one guy that I left out of our little like Mount Rushmore of current guys.
Yeah.
But he is nice. Dude, 6'10", 6'11", moving like the way he does. The only problem is the medical issues.
Right.
But
he can do everything.
Lakers. You're the Lakers. You got the best facilities. So it's like, let's
right.
get healthy. You know, let's get him playing. You know what I mean? If you get Luka to lose like 50 pounds, come on now. You know what I mean?
I'd say the part that makes all this tricky, because our roster is going to be so empty.
Yeah,
we're not going to have any salary to like match. So like to get Giannis, what does he make? Like probably 50 something. Probably he's probably around there. Yeah. So that means we need that much money in order to match, in order to trade. And the only way we're going to get that is if we max out Austin. So
yeah,
and the risk is,
that's what I said. That's the only viable reason to somehow get that.
And if you can't trade Austin, you're stuck with
how many picks you giving up though? If you get,
I think we could only do 3 at the beginning of the summer. We only have one. Well, we have like the trade deadline pass. We were only able to work with 1, but as soon as the next year like starts, we'll have 3 to play with. But the problem is, like, you got teams like the Spurs that can offer like 5 or 6.
See, that's the scary.
You know what I mean? Like, so the Bucks would literally have to be like like Giannis would have to tell the Bucks and all the other teams, trade for me now, but I will leave in the summer and go to where I want to go.
He might force that hand. Yeah, I mean,
that's the only way he becomes a Laker.
They're sitting at the 10th spot in this lottery, right? And we've seen last year, whatever, the crazy odds of them jumping. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, you know, we've seen fucking shit like this before with the whole, you know, the Cavs getting like back-to-back picks that one year.
Yeah.
Remember they took like Anthony Bennett, who, you know, shit the bed, and then they took Kyrie the next year.
I could see that. The NBA is kind of known right now for rigging the lottery. So
I mean, like, think about it. Like, oh, look, check this out. Like, we'll package this deal. We'll give you this pick, whatever, right? And then here you go. We'll take Giannis from you, but here you go. You get a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
You're gonna get one of these dogs, you know. Whatever. So
right, I can see that.
You get Darren Peterson, whatever. Have that guy. You know.
Right.
So, So,
if I had to just conspiracy theory the Miklo conspiracy theory, I'm saying the Jazz will get the number 1 pick because the number 1 player is a Utah guy, BYU. He's like one of those religious Mormon kids. How often do you get a Utah oriented number 1 player?
Yeah, true.
Jazz is positioning themselves to be.
Yeah,
that's just my conspiracy.
I like marketing a lot, man.
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
Oh man, and then you have George. Yeah, I like that actually.
Yeah, I can see that. Don't be surprised if that's the narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I didn't even think about that. But
that's my tinfoil hat.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
That essentially would be my rebuild to tank and then to go after the Lou Dort, but then try to capitalize on a center. Bring back Austin, hopefully on a little bit less than a max, but if I got to max him out, his stats are max level. You know, I would say.
Yeah, no, I'm not discrediting what he can do. I'm just saying, like,
It's hard to say he's a max. It
yeah.
is. It's hard
He's
to
like
just.
he's like right there, but there's not that factor of him just going right over it. You know,
It's a risk. A 5-year. He's 27. He's about to turn 28. 5 years from now, or do we want to pay? Probably by then 60 something a year to a 31-year-old Austin Reeves.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
But that's kind of. I'm sure we're gonna do it. I have a feeling we're gonna do that because we just can't let him walk. You know.
I think so too. I think he's done enough to solidify him getting the max there. But,
yeah.
If I'm the GM, I'm like, I gotta think about this a minute.
You do though. You really do.
Me personally, I'm just like,
at minimum, he's a 50 something.
Yeah, like maybe
bargaining chip. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I don't know. That's and then hopefully land somewhere in the at least 15 to get one of these because you know some in a draft this deep you could still get a pretty good player top 15 to fall.
That's what I'm saying. Kansas kid, man. I think he's gonna fall, right? Because of his antics that's going on.
He could. He probably should even.
That's the whole thing. Like he's already holding out, playing. Like he got cramps and all.
He's very Kawhi-esque. I'm surprised you're a little down on him.
That's the only reason. Like I'll tell you that with Kawhi. I was like, Kawhi's been so good on the court when he's on the court, but it's like I say, where it's like, I just like the way he plays when he's on the court. Like the whole load management thing pisses me the fuck off. Like 100% does.
Right.
Like wants me to turn into real Kyle, drink a Monster, punch a hole through drywall. But
right.
I just like watching him play on the court visually as an eye guy, opposed to me watching LeBron now.
I can say
like I said, young LeBron, dude, so fun.
I can see that. Yeah,
you had to be there for that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I don't know. So, but yeah, that just pisses me off. The whole Darren Peterson thing.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Any other last things before?
No, I think
we did good, man. This is 3 hours. Like I was surprised. It's pretty good.
Dude, I'm a talker, man. I can talk for days,
man. Dude. This was solid. I've been trying
to do something like this with someone because it's like I'm just always streaming my games and I'm doing like hypotheticals and I'm like talking about it, but it's always just like.
Say, how do you talk to yourself? That's been the hardest part for me.
Well, the nice thing is my nephews, they hop in. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna stream later. They'll hop in and start talking shit to me.
That's good, at least.
And it's motivation too. And then you put in your mind like, oh, I can clip something.
Right.
So you're like, let me just like talk to myself. Like, oh, just whatever.
Do you strictly just stream, or do you make a YouTube video out of it, or
so I used to do movie reviews. What I would do was I would just do a movie review. I'd go live on Twitch, then clip that, export it over to YouTube.
Yeah.
And then now I've just been streaming because I'm lazy.
Right.
But if I wanted to put in the time to start doing like video editing stuff again,
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to do like the stuff we're doing, like the duo stuff.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of different like sports hypotheticals, or just like like a rebuild video or whatever, maybe like kind of we talked about.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But it's just a matter of like, all right, let me like lay it out, So that's why I like it. You hit me with the structure that we had.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I'm here doing homework. You know what I mean? Like,
did that help? I kind of started doing the notes right at the end when everyone wanted to quit, kind of thing. Yeah. So I thought it would be helpful for people to just because like I mentioned.
No, it's perfect because then I'm not blindsided and I'm prepared. Just I'm not an expert, but I'm somewhat prepared on like, all right, I know what we're getting into, because I feel like what I could talk about is like a variety of things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm well versed in some things. I'm not expert in a lot of things, but
imagine you have time to look into stuff now. So
yeah, like it's like I tell people, you're struggling with anything, write it down. You write shit down, you see it like visually. You're like, okay, it's in my mind now. It's just not a thought that was told to me by someone.
Right.
So that's why I was like sending you stuff, and I was like, all right, I have this in my mind right now because I'm currently walking around work. Like, let me get that. I'm thinking about this stuff. It's like crazy what ifs,
Hell yeah.
And then I'm walking around my job and asking people, like, hey, what do you think are like, this and that, like all time, giving them Mount Rushmores,
I do the same.
It's like some of the old heads, man, at the casino, like, these old guys that I talked about sports, they're just like so quick with their responses,
Yeah. I missed that.
It's just like it's just like I don't even know, man. This one guy, like he used to play actually back in the Midwest. He was like semi-pro.
Wow.
And like I was like, hey, what's your like top 5 or your Mount Rushmore all time? And he like said his shit so quick, and I was just like, damn. He's like, think about it. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, I know. I was like, ball, like instantly. I was just like, shit.
Respect.
Yeah. And another guy that I talked to, he's a big Raiders fan. I asked him the same thing, and he was the same way, just no hesitation.
I miss that. I miss
Yeah,
that a lot.
it's nice that and it's like it's nice talking to random people about like their opinions. So it's just like cool, That's why I just say it's only in my opinion. I'm not like stuck on it, but it's just I just kind of rage bait people too with the whole LeBron thing. So
No, I mean that's perfect. I'm gonna clip that. But
yeah,
I'd say for sure, like what I miss the most. Don't get me wrong, like the job I have now definitely pays more than anything I'd ever did for the casino. But I miss being around people that are like open to conversation about
Oh yeah.
a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty much like isolated, like, hey, this is your room, go build out this room and I'll put you in the next room, and you're pretty much solo. So I'm pretty much podcasting it 8 hours a day. It's pretty dope. I mean, I love listening to podcasts. I could do that all day.
I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Can queue them up. But at the same time, like, fuck, it is nice to have these what ifs, hypotheticals, like people.
I live for that. I live for that shit.
Yeah. So I think we definitely got to do it or keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I'm down. No, I'm totally down.
we'll schedule another one here soon, and I'm sure more shit will go down by then. NBA.
I was gonna say we could like structure a little more too as well. So it's like it's a balance of just what we're gonna do, because it's like there's so much shit you and I have common and
right.
we talk about that. It's like like we just touched on NBA. Like there's other fucking sports out there that I'm like really into. So it's like. We'll probably get that inch closer to those seasons once they happen, like and shit like that. But I mean,
I even want to be able to throw in, more people at the same time too.
No,
and I can.
100%. I like the various outlooks.
I can host more people.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just a matter of figuring out people's schedules, and you actually have a setup that's like friendly for this kind of stuff. A lot of the people I tested this on are just. They have their phone and they're just holding it while they're sitting on the couch, and it's kind of like,
no. Oh yeah, like I said, when we get done with this, I'm probably gonna stream like till like 3 a.m. probably. Just
dude, you're a beast.
I've been stuck on that My Team shit on that 2K. I don't know why it's so stupid, but
I don't My Team. I never got into that.
It's so dumb. It's the dumbest shit.
It's the playing card thing, right?
Yeah, but
people love it.
I'm having fun with these like crazy fucking lineups I'm having, and then it throws in like WNBA now, so it's just funny dunking with a chick.
People love it.
Yeah, it's a gotcha thing, but I haven't spent any personal money on it. But it's like it's fun to do the challenges. And
that's the millennial in you.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I was like, the way I play, I was like, I'm not playing online. I'm doing the challenges, trying to build my team up. Then maybe I'll go online. But it's like,
right.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And, it's a balancing act of just trying to talk as you're doing it.
Right.
And then you're saying some outlandish shit sometimes. So it's like,
all right. I'll edit everything and try to post it probably by Friday again.
Yeah, whenever you just tag me in or all that shit.
Yeah, and I'll make sure to tag you.
Take your time.
So you can post whatever.
Yeah, I can like reshare or whatever.
Yeah, and if I don't know if there's if you want a specific part, let me know and I can send it to you.
Yeah, I like how you have the whole background and everything like that. So I need to set up myself a little bit better.
But, if you want to know how I did,
is that Petco Park in the background that we have? Right?
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
And I did the
See, I need to get my layout better when I stream because it's just like me. And then like when I have to go take a piss break or something like that, I just go on my notes on my computer and I type in BRB and I just put that big on my screen. I was like, I'm lazy, I don't give a fuck, But it's just like the laziest shit. But I was like, that's fuck it. I don't even know if anyone's watching me play.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Why not just record an episode and stream it? I highly doubt anyone's gonna watch it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It just
but it's like if God forbid, once we die and all this stuff, there's all this content to look back on.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I never thought about this. This person had some crazy perspective.
That's how I think about it too.
That's how I think about it.
Yeah. So it's fun. But yeah,
that was awesome, man. I had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah,
appreciate you having me on.
No, yeah, we're gonna do it again soon.
100%.
And I definitely, it's gonna be a reoccurring theme of the horror because, like I said, I don't have many horror people. We'll just mix it up on what kind and the games. I was gonna say
we can always just make us watch a movie that just pick a movie a week and we'll just watch a movie a week and be talk about it or something,
we can talk about it
or whatever it may be.
I'm down with that.
There's so much out there. I'm still stuck in the 80s with my horror, so it's hard for me to be like, oh, Yeah, the 2000s is great.
Well, if,
You know, yeah.
I'm
Right.
trying to think of, because if we do, ones that come out, like for example, Scream, right, just came out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
whenever it comes out on stream, let's
Yeah.
watch it and then
Yeah.
let's pick a date to review it.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, and we could just maybe keep that because those will make current clips and stuff like
100%.
that. So,
Yep. Yeah,
all right, bro. I
All right,
appreciate your time. This was dope.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Yeah,
I'll
funny.
keep in touch to book our next one.
Yeah. Let me know, man. That was super fun.
For sure. All right, everybody.
Brother.
Good night.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you guys for watching. If you stuck around this long, you probably don't have a life, but it's okay.
You're a beast. Yeah. Appreciate you.
Make sure to follow me and Kyle on Twitch and all our socials. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Later.